Okay, we're live. Okay, we're live. Respect to everybody that's coming in. Hope everybody's having a good morning, a very good morning, a productive morning, a more stable outlook when it comes to the markets now. The stock market has took its little opening dip. Uh, Pretty much it's going to react to a lot of earnings reports when it comes to companies and corporations today. So a lot of the scenarios that's happening right now is pretty much trying to figure out when will be the timing of the next stimulus package and when will be the requirements of such stimulus package. Corporations is getting stimulus, and also reading the bill, real estate investors will be getting some type of relief as well. There's certain grants that people need to check and apply for, and a man that does very well with figuring out what type of grant you can be able to qualify for in your local and state areas is Matthew Lesko. And I repeat, Matthew Lesko, Lesko. He actually has a lot of good grants when it comes to uh, figuring out what can you qualify personally if you need any type of relief, if you're going through any type of hardship, brink of homelessness, or business grants as well. There's still a lot of grants left over from the Trump administration that hasn't been utilized that needs to be spent. So there's a lot of grant money. Uh, to be honest, there was $4 trillion in stimulus money that was actually sent. Only the American people managed to get the small amount of the checks, while the corporations managed to get most of the relief package. But respect everybody that's coming in. Respect to everybody that's coming in. Going to talk about Texas real estate due to the fact that a lot of development and business is moving to Texas. A lot of residential people is moving to Dallas and Houston. Seem like in a very extreme droves. There's a lot of development that's following the Arlington, Texas real estate areas, so that's pretty much stable play when it comes to figuring out where the development is going to be. Um, Pretty much around the Texas Rangers ballpark stadium is pretty much going to be more development. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, he's going to be able to put some money on some development plays around the Dallas area. Uh, Elon Musk is going to be in Austin. You have Joe Rogan trying to build a studio in Austin as well, another studio base. You have Floyd Mayweather wants to be able to put a certain amount of money when it comes to Texas businesses and real estate as well. So it's pretty much a lot of money being followed by a lot of corporate heads that's pretty much getting involved in it. So Texas real estate, it seems like it's going to be a stable move, while people from New York and California is pretty much going to influx it heavily. So, when it comes to finding either where the home equity is going to rise, try to always figure out the development. Austin Hills is actually extremely cheap compared to, say, Brentwood, California, near LA, or Santa Monica, California. It's actually very cheaper because looking at a couple of properties, the homes is like around 450 to 500,000, and that's actually cheap because those houses look like it could easily be $1 million by itself. But let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Respect to everybody that's coming in. People that wants to be able to join in can be able to join in a minute. Matter of fact, let me copy the link. Let me copy the link. Let me copy the link. Okay. Okay. I always like looking at the commercial development due to the fact that you can be able to figure out where the better, nicer sides of the areas is at, and you can also be able to figure out where's the value add opportunity because there's more value add in commercial than residential. But commercial is literally anything beyond 4 units or more. So if you have six, that's considered commercial, and commercial also provides a lot of tax incentives. Actually, it provides the most tax incentives. You don't have to worry about certain type of policy involving the SAFE Act for commercial real estate. You can be able to develop uh, more freely. It's, but really, you got to be able to make sure that the city doesn't have a lot of restrictions and ordinance in order to be able to restrict what you're doing. Because a lot of cities, when it comes to development and real estate, has a lot of ordinance that restricts certain type of issues. Ordinance zoning that pretty much has to be researched by either you hiring a zoning expert or doing your own due diligence reconnaissance into tag team with your lawyer to be able to figure out what is a specific way that you can be able to do a good type of value add where if you put 60,000 in something, get a construction loan, or just have liquid cash just by happenstance of either your e-commerce business or any type of any type of insurance policy that you may or may not own or may think in the future you can be able to utilize that as well as leveraging power to be able to use to be able to acquire the property and also add money into fixing it up and renovating it good. But that's also you doing your research on following the development. Anywhere cranes is at, you don't even have to be an expert in real estate due to the fact that even the experts can't really time the market. So really, you just try to find what's the physical development. If you see cranes and if you see development, you see construction people, then you follow that area. You write down the street area, and you pretty much try to figure out: is it in this only street? Is it a subdivision? Is it a couple blocks? To be able to figure out if I don't have the money to be able to invest in it, I have the money to be able to get involved where I can find properties that are 30, 40 cents on the dollar to be able to assign to a developer and get a fee. With wholesale real estate, that's pretty much the method of the whole process in general. Getting properties at a good rate off the fact that you market the correctly. And we buy houses, anytime you see we buy houses, that's pretty much what's the whole process. They're trying to be able to find properties to be able to either acquire at a say if the ARV value, mean the after repair value, is 150, they're trying to at least get that property for 50 to 60. And if they can really get their way, they can get it for 35. But that's if the buyer and the seller is pretty much all connected, where the seller needs to get it out of his hands quickly, which he's willing to do a cash offer type of deal. And also, if your cash buyer incoming, he's either liquid cash ready, where he has the ability to be able to put money down for contractors, or he's a company corporation like a developer, figuring and sizing them up in area because you can do an easy Google search to figure out the developers and get in contact with a VP or somebody head of sales in that company to be able to figure out, okay, I got this property, it's in Denton, it's around 30, 40,000. I can be able to assign this to you. We can be able to figure out what's the details, give them that deal. And if they don't like that, don't leave the offer table too early. Try to do a how can I put it? Another offer to be able to say, okay, if you don't like this in Denton, where would you do your development deals? What are you looking for specifically? I would like to be able to do some type of consistent partnership where if I can be able to find you deals, and what you do is you lock up the deals so you don't have the issue of them trying to steal your deal. You lock it up with the seller, uh, either if it's a foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, uh, a situation where it's a probate area. Now, probates is tricky due to the fact that you don't control the deal with a probate, but anything involving foreclosures or anything involving a certain type of marketing scheme where you run Facebook ads, YouTube ads, local YouTube ads, to be able to target people in the area, and to be able to get a good range of people that probably will sign you the deals and have no issue with it. But you have to be able to figure out, what does that developer need? What does he want? You know, does he want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Does he need commercial buildings? What does he specifically need in order to be able to do consistent business, getting those fees of 5,000, 7,500, and sometimes, and that's usually with commercial deals, 20, 30,000. Now that's something I'm trying to work on myself as we speak right now. So it all depends on the aspect of you figuring out where is development going to be at off of what you see with your own two eyes. If you're in the commercial areas where you see a lot of entertainment areas getting a lot of development, or if you see areas of where it's not necessarily the ghetto, but it's still somewhat room for improvement, those can be easily developed on. Uh, Austin Hills can be pretty much skyrocket, where it don't have development, but it has a lot of buyers coming in where they buy properties, and the property prices go up through the fact that they got equities from states that carry out high equity points. New York carries a lot of high equity points. Virginia has a lot of high equity houses. New Jersey has extreme high equity houses as well. So they'll pretty much be pouring it into southern houses, mainly Texas, coming into Dallas, uh, College Station, developments in Arlington, developments in Pasadena, developments in Galveston, Texas, and partial developments going on in Third Ward. But this is pretty much off of corporation having a corporate layout, overview of which areas that they're looking forward to. So when it comes to commercial properties, it is expensive, but the main point of it is to actually get into a house where you can leverage the first time home buyer, where you can get a certain situation for 3.5% down, work on your credit, so you can be able to make sure you're positioned well, and leveraging that equity in order to be able to get a bigger asset, a commercial asset, something that's where you can leverage 100,000 off the equity off of the $180,000 property off the first time home buyer, to finance on something that's 500,000, no matter if it's another asset or a business. You got to be able to leverage correctly, and it would be deemed cross collateralization, meaning that you're using your home into the business and using the business to be able to invest in more other businesses in those areas. So literally, it's pretty much like a trickle down effect of you acquiring and accumulating assets. So that's what it would be in theory. So I'm gonna share my screen, and we can be able to look at commercial properties in Houston. Okay. Okay. And these are pretty much downtown Houston. I know the most expensive parts is Westheimer. Now this is a 2.7, 25,000 square feet, 2.7 million. So let me do the calculators to figure out what would be the down payment on a 2.7. So if you have 540,000 to 600,000 liquid in order to be able to correctly finance this situation with a 6% cap rate, the cap rate is pretty much the cash flow. So your cap rate, anytime they say a cap rate, that's pretty much trying to figure out the percentage of your cash flow. So that's pretty much what it is. Okay, let me 2.7 minus 7. That'll be $189,000 a year. And if it has any ability for value add, that'd be perfect. If you can be able to get some value add opportunity, where if you had the ability to either acquire a construction loan or some type of financing to be able to pile into it and to be able to make this number from 2.7 million to hopefully $4 or $5 million in 5 to 6 years. Due to the fact that there's going to be a whole influx of Californians, so it's not going to be far fetched. People remember where assets and homes, everybody has that story where they remember homes and assets that were extremely cheap and pretty much skyrocketed in the past 3 or 4 years easily off tops. So when it comes to the aspect of commercial real estate, it's extremely expensive, yes. But I also want people to be able to figure out how to be able to bet big necessary in order to be able to use it as leveraging power. Leveraging power can be used where if you don't necessarily have the liquid, a lot of people would use collateral, and that's like a last resort method to be able to use collateral. So when it comes to figuring out what's your next big type of research when it comes to these areas, you have to understand how can you be able to enter in a position where you can be able to get in contact with developers, network with them, be able to provide value to them in order to be able to have consistent deals going on and having a strong priority need into figuring out how can I assign as many contracts in this year with this person, monkey branch off of people he know, then be able to sign them deals and to keep on doing it where you have a good networking pool where it's everything is syndicated and you can be able to level up where you're signing them deals where they're willing to put up millions for the deals due to the fact that you help them get to those millions. So it's literally you help them, I help you. Everything's negotiated where it can be copacetic and it can be a very extended partnership where you're leveraging them as well. So respect everybody that's coming in. Wadner, Sheed, Craig. Okay. Craig,
What's going on, bro?
what's going on, man?
Shit, man.
Can you hear me
Just
well?
tapping in. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Now we're
You
gonna
said
look at uh
my fault. Go ahead.
nah. Craig, aren't you from the East Coast?
Yeah, man. From New England.
Okay. Okay. So that would be like Connecticut, Boston area.
Exactly. I'm in Rhode Island.
Okay. Okay. Now I don't know about New England and Boston real estate due to the fact that but Connecticut is pretty much a cheaper version of New York. So people that work in the city either live in Connecticut or New Jersey.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I go to New York every day, so I be seeing a whole bunch of motherfuckers in Connecticut heading up that way.
Okay, now when it comes to either do you understand New York real estate? Have you been in New York to the point where you kind of understand the boroughs? Have you frequented there? Pretty much that's my question.
Not on the real estate level. All I hear is that it's hella expensive. That's what I
Hmm.
always hear. It's like 2 grand a month for a fucking bedroom,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Now Wadner got something to say. Respect to you, Rashid.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. We're gonna keep on looking at these properties. You think there are cheaper houses for sale in the 75,000 in Dallas Fort Worth area? Well, Dallas is getting a lot of a lot of developments. Dallas had an apartment boom back in 2011, where pretty much people that either lost their houses pretty much had to transition and shift into an apartment. So they had that boom in 2011 to 2015, where it was a boom for those 4 years, then over expansion, where a lot of people start overdeveloping, and that's where it start having certain issues of selling. That's sort of like the condo issue in Miami, Florida, where condos is extremely hard to move in that area.
So what the prices are gonna go down in Miami for condos pretty much in a couple years?
Well, the condo situation is still high as shit, but when it comes to somebody like a Donald Trump, like he used to do the condo situation. He had like $100 million in condos that he couldn't sell.
Mm,
So he had to literally take the loss for 40 million. Just imagine you put in 40 million in order to try to sell it for 40, no, for 100, 120 million to only get the same money that you pretty much put in back.
damn.
That's why development is high risk, high reward. Really a lot of people would develop in areas where it's a lot of open land, where you could be able to buy the shit so extremely cheap, where you can be able to add in the assets, create a grocery store, gas station, if it has a public access, if it has the public access in order to be able to do that. So because really it's all about figuring out the zoning and the ordinance, and how to be able to negotiate shit early and don't have any type of hiccups where ain't nobody trying to be able to snipe you on the deal, where you don't necessarily own the land. You're pretty much leasing the shit, but you pretty much paid money like you would if you would bought the motherfucker completely whole, up front and whole. So we're gonna look at the Dallas Fort Worth area after looking at the Houston market. So we're gonna get back to this.
Yeah. Those numbers that you mentioned earlier, said the
Mm.
2.7, you've got to have 500 down. That was how many units was that? Couldn't remember.
Well, the cash flow is 180,000. It's
Oh, that's
25,000 square foot. It doesn't give out the units. It
okay.
doesn't.
All
It
right.
doesn't give out the units in this listing, but it's
You
a
said you gotta have
25,000,
25,000 square feet.
540,000.
That's shit. That's big bread right there.
Financing on assets. If you have the 540, and you can be able to get a $2 million loan in 2 years because you can refinance out the motherfucker.
Mm, all right.
So if you put 500 down today, in 2 years you can be able to get 2 million guaranteed, plus 189,000 added on as the cash flow. But this is pretty much the picture right here. This is what they show on this one. Then this right here is an opportunity zone. This is land for 1 million. This has to be a plot of land for 1 million in this area. And this is 202 Lockwood Drive. And the land is 28,000 square feet. So if you have 1 million, if you have the ability to buy that, plus it's opportunity zone. So this is an opportunity zone. When opportunity zones, that pretty much mean, Craig, if you, me, and Rashid had the ability to pay for this land, where we have the ability to cover for it, plus you have to another 1 million to be able to put something on it, we can be able to get tax breaks for 10 years.
Okay.
You heard what I said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that called again?
Opportunity
yeah. You see
zones.
a
It was
lot of
signed
people
by
doing this,
Opportunity
man.
zone.
it, it was
They
it was signed by Trump in 2017. Trump signed this shit in 2017. So this is gonna end in 2025. The opportunity zone shit is gonna end by tax law, and if the motherfucker gets back, he probably gonna extend this shit into 2030.
Yeah, for real. Shit. All right. I like how that sounds.
That's a 10-year tax break. That means you don't even got to pay for the shit. You got the land outright. You own the motherfucker outright. Plus, you can put another 1 million to be able to either put a couple of apartment buildings in that area or be able to get a shopping center in that motherfucker. So you have to be able to figure out how can you be able to remix it. And this is another opportunity zone, 1.3 million. I think this is a building. I think this is a building on its left. So it's a 10,000 square foot, 1.3. And let me check out the down payment for 1.3. The down payment, if you have 260,000, you can be able to get this situation right here on our left
That's not bad. 200. Yeah, that's
for a 10-year tax break, and you can be able to get a loan for it for probably 1 million or 800,000 in like usually around 2 years, a year and a half, so 18 months. So this is an opportunity zone, so this needs to be able to be developed. So what you would probably have to do, you would probably gonna have to get either the shit looking aesthetically pleasing, where you can be able to get a corporate tenant there. This is $1 million. This is a new corporate ground lease. This is a oil change area. This is for $1 million, and I would take around 250,000 down payment for this one.
That's not bad at all, man.
You know, this one right here, they say it's $20 per square foot. So let me calculate this. So if probably gonna be in the multi-million. So let me type the 28 times 80,592 square feet. So that's $2.2 million. So that would be $2.25 million. The down payment, 450,000 for an 8% cap rate. So that means 2.25 million. It would be $180,000 every year.
Just the
That'd be
taxes. Well, I mean, not taxes. That'll be your payments for the year. You gotta come up with that.
yeah. The down pay would be around four. I think I said 450. Yeah, so it'd be 450, but you cash flow 180. So you literally gonna be able to pay down your
Oh,
debt
okay.
in 5 to 7 years.
Right,
You pay
right.
down the debt for
So
5 to 7 years, or you can take out the loan that I mentioned to be able to cover that building, or be able to scale up. Which I would want to be able to scale up. But Rashid,
right, that was 2020.
mm, damn, my man is Borgen.
Oh, I thought that was me. No, I was saying that
Okay, now this is a
that
liquor
20
store.
28 per square foot,
Yes,
Like,
that was an office space, right? That
yeah, that's an
building?
office building. Yeah, that's an office building that cash flow
Oh,
180,000 a year.
oh, that's good because you can scale up once you get in there and up the price. I mean, you're gonna lose the most of the tenants that's there, but if you just like always throw a little paint on there, put a little polish and shine on there, man, ask for more.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of value add. That's literally what we would do in theory, and also implement in real life. This is a liquor store for 150,000, and it's seller financing available. This is a retirement sale. So this motherfucker about to retire.
yo, that's what happened at my building. That's crazy.
You see this liquor store, fellas?
Yeah, liquor stores always make money, man.
Yes.
No matter where you put them at.
Yeah, this liquor store for 150, and let me. You talking about seller financing? Seller financing is one of the most flexible things to be able to do. Seller financing is actually extremely flexible. So the down pay 30, 40,000, have 30, 40,000 ready, and you would have to look at the balance sheet and also get an in-depth question to figure out why is he selling this specifically, because it can be about retirement issues. Retirement base is cool, but we got to be able to get in deep in detail to figure out why is he doing this specifically. But we're gonna look at the Dallas area real quick. We're gonna look at the Dallas area real quick.
Texas got some good prices on houses, man.
It's best to hit them now before. I mean, they already coming, but want to catch them before the whole California wave. I mean, everybody's already dumping,
Right.
but want to catch them.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yes, everybody that had situations that's 150,000, it's gonna be 600,000. It's gonna be to the point probably where people are gonna say, "What the hell with this? I literally missed my chance to be able to sit on something before it start having a big hike increase." because people from California is going to come in, and a lot of Asian developers and way out Asian foreign developers do it. They will buy your house more than it actually is. So if your house is 150, they'll buy it for 300. So they'll literally cash you out and literally change the comp of the damn area where the comp has been shifted. Where now every house in that area is worth 300,000. So if you own a house, it's a victory. Uh, if you own a house, it's a victory because they cash you out double and pretty much put more work into it. And them houses wound up being $1 million probably 7 to 10 years later. So they pretty
Right.
much got it where they didn't develop the hell out of this.
Might as well not even
And then,
sell it.
yeah, but then you got to understand too is when you develop a house like that, when you actually, you know, update it so much to the point where it's like almost putting a new house in the area and the tax goes up. And then when I say with about 3 or 4 houses like that, it makes the neighbors want to sell because of the tax. If you build a newer house in a neighborhood with a whole bunch of old houses, it bring the property value up because it puts more value on that house, and in return, it boosts up the neighbor's tax as well. A lot of old people can't pay those high taxes when you're going paying 200-300 a year to paying $1,200 a year. Most of those old people sell quickly because they can't take it. Otherwise, they just lose their house.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
when it comes to that, that's why Texas is also good state when it comes to tax. Is it a tax lien state? Let me do it. Do the research. Is it a tax lien or tax
Yeah,
deed?
tax lien. I know
Good.
people
It's
do that
slightly
tax
different.
lien.
It's
I don't
slightly
know about the
different.
deed, but I know about the lien where you
Okay, so it's
offer
a
to
tax.
get the house.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to that aspect, it's actually the highest, 25% interest on your money.
It's fucking good.
So when it comes to deed, deed selling and everything, or deed buying and everything, deed and lien buying, that's pretty much a way to be able to get to something that only thing you got to do is just pay for the taxes. You got access to the whole thing free and clear.
I had a question on that too. 'Cause that's the road I plan on going. Like about a year and a half. Trying to put down like a good amount of money on a deed. I was gonna ask if how easy are multi-families to get the deed on a multi-family versus a single family home. I'm really not interested in a single family home.
Well, we can be able to look. I think there's some deed listings either I've seen or let me research this shit real quick because I need to get the numbers correctly. So, are you looking for a duplex? Or you looking for the 5 unit? What?
Yeah, exactly. Like a 3 to 5 unit. Around my area, they're expensive as fuck, man. So I'm really not interested in around my area. I'm gonna just shop around because I don't plan on living there. So it don't really matter where I go. It's just, you know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
They want like 600,000 for like like you said, like a 5, 6 unit. I'm like, damn, that's damn near commercial property prices, like a fucking little fleet mall or something like that.
Yeah, man. So, really, we gotta be able to research this specifically because um, liens and deeds. That's be able to getting it way cheaper. You just got to be able to do your own due diligence because there's certain states where if you bought it and if it's a piece of shit, you're literally then missed out. You're literally then missed out, and you don't have no type of protection. No, you don't have no type of way of covering your ass when it comes to that. So it's really based off of you understanding. Okay, how much can I be able to either do in an auction? Because they have a lot of auctions online. They have a lot of tax deeds and liens auctions online. So that's definitely where you have to research your county tax assessor, uh, tax, pretty much sheriff. I think they got what a sheriff auction.
Yeah, the shit. I heard about Sheriff Wilson's. Go to
Yeah,
like
exactly.
City Hall, like ask them about it and shit like that.
Yeah, so you got sheriff auction and everything. So pretty much figuring out and joining these memberships, you can be able to get onto it where it comes to it can be more than just houses. You can literally get jewelry. You can be able to get cars, be able to flip. So it's literally like a multifaceted little play that you got going there. So but I'm gonna have to do some more research on that, Craig. You put me on the spot. I got to be able to do some research in detail
Nah,
because
nah. I'm just
Connecticut,
asking because I I
Connecticut,
didn't dive deep into it myself.
because Connecticut is like similar to California when it comes to the way how pretty much
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
set up. It's very similar when it comes to how it's all set up. You probably have high equity houses that can be able, if you had 40, 50,000, you can pretty much get 600,000 on a property asset. A lot of people would take a loan out of it, 400,000 to finance something that we just pretty much showed, like a $1.2 million situation or a $2.2 million building that's cash flowing 180,000 a year. You can finance, you're pretty much financing 1.8, $180,000 a year can be put into the business to be able to cover your debt. So you're servicing your debt using the cash flow into the debt to be able to cover all the shit necessary, get a loan, and then be able to scale up vertically. But that's pretty much financing the game. That's literally the game of financing. People would say it's better to buy in cash and hold, but not everybody is big balling where they can just drop 2 million in cash liquid.
Exactly.
It's gonna
That's a
be it's gonna
fact.
be a lot of phone calling involved. It's gonna be a lot of you trying to piece up and group as much money needed in order to get the job done. So
Hey,
we're gonna keep
crazy.
on looking at these properties, man.
I just actually
Okay, so you
remember I
see,
told you about that.
mm,
Oh, now I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say real quick. Remember I was telling you about that home snap, right?
Yes.
And it had the camera feature on it. I actually just was just driving by a property and my friend told me about it. So I actually took a picture of the property and it laced out, it's under contract. It's going for 350,000 and it's 12 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
For
You in the backwoods of North Carolina?
that is
no,
funny, isn't it?
back in Georgia. I'm all the way up
He
in
in
Georgia.
Georgia. He
Okay.
in Georgia. Oh yeah,
Used
that's
to
right.
be the
He is a
South.
Georgia boy.
Yeah, in the south.
Yeah, he is a Georgia boy. Now this is the full picture of the 2.7 situation. The 25,000 square foot Houston Royal Crest Drive. Been in the market 126 days. Office building, B class building, multi-tenant, net net rentable square feet. The whole 25,000 square foot. Your cap rate 6.6, well 60.4. Your cash flow, this is 163, so it's actually lower than what I said. But we need to raise up the rent so we can be able to rent bumps. And yes, there is rent bumps. They said we can bump the rent so we can increase this to hopefully 5% every year, 3 to 5% every year. So that'd be an extra 15 G's added onto this number right here. You see that, fellas?
I can't
And for
see it
anybody,
here,
and for
but I'm
anybody in the
listening though.
for anybody in the chat, can you be able to see the screen? Can everybody? So this is literally a $163,000 a year type cash flow, built in 1984, two-story building. The zoning, it's a low-rise office, so that's the zoning type. The occupancy 77%, so it actually has room to grow. So we can actually uh, be able to have two ways where we focus on raising the rents or focus on raising occupancy. So more people in this thing, or and the subtype is a creative office, lease modified 2.7. Okay, so they let's use the down payment calculator. Now the down payment calculator, I think commercial can range around 20 to 30%, but we're gonna do 20%. Okay, so $2.7 million purchase price, net operating income 163,000, a $540,000 down payment.
That shit blows my mind, man. Five
The
hundred
annual,
thousand down payment.
yes, that's the down payment. So literally, your annual debt service is 116,000 annual year, and you would have to pay $9,699 every month. Your annual cash flow, when everything is said and done and cleared, would be 3,800 a month, with a actual annual cash flow of 46,000. That would be your free cash flow. Your interest 3.5%, term 30-year loan. Really, a 15-year situation is going to be more expensive if you can get a 30-year. Then you're really doing something good because they really going to say we need the 15. So when it comes to these loans, you have to be able to figure out how can you be able to get more financing, and they'll give you financing. You show them that you got this building and everything, they'll give you more loans. Now the funny part about real estate is I noticed that doing research, the rapper Bird, well, not really a rapper, but Birdman, he actually financed, he actually took out two loans out of his $15 million property in Miami, Florida. So he literally probably blew all of the money that he stole from Lil Wayne. Took that money, bought the house, ran out of money, need more lending. So he literally just took two $10 million loans in order to be able to probably do whatever the hell he gonna do, because he ain't gonna finance on $100 million in properties. He's just gonna blow that 20 million. He's probably gonna be needing another loan in the next 3 or 4 years, because it seems like that's how rappers and even rapper moguls like live. Sort of, they pretty much need another loan every 3 or 4 years to be able to finance all their living expenses.
Right. Yeah, 46,000 off of said 2.7. Getting 46,000 liquid every year. That's not really a lavish lifestyle.
It's not a lavish lifestyle. It's not a lavish lifestyle. So you're pretty much sacrificing.
You're playing the long game.
Yeah, you're sacrificing today in order to be able to make money in the future. Because a lot of people make payments on bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna say car loan is bullshit, but there is a car loan bubble. There is a big car loan bubble that's gonna pop and burst if it haven't already popped and burst. Used car sales is actually up.
Sheesh.
Used car sales is actually up. But let's get to the next. Let's get to the next topic that I like to run. We're gonna look at businesses for sale in the Houston, Texas area. So let me share my screen real quick. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. Well, this is Texas in general, so these will be businesses for sale in general in Texas. So we'll just look at what can we do next when it comes to that. So we'll be focusing on how to be able to figure out what's needed in that area. Okay, this business is a $1.7 million for sale profitable home-based stone cleaning and sealing business. The cash flow is 471,000 on this one. The Quality Gymnastics Dance Cheering Center, 350,000 price tag, but it has a cash flow of 238,000. That's actually good. You can actually pay that back in 2 or 3 years easily. And plus, even the down payment makes sense. If you put a down payment of 70,000, you still can be able to pay that off in 2 to 3 years. So this is a good cash flow.
What's the price on that again?
359,000.
259.
359.
Oh, 359. Yeah, that's not bad.
359, and a down payment of 60 to 70,000.
right.
and you can get a cash flow of 238,000. That's the cash flow. That means all expenses has pretty much been covered and paid for.
Damn.
So that's how much you can be able to get back, and you can be able to finance the property. Well, you can finance the. I don't know. Let me click on it to see if it comes with the property or and you don't even have to be passionate about the business if it has strong cash flows, which it do. Because the gross revenue is 800,000, and you can be able to cash flow 230,000. So that means the net profit is around. It would be around 30%. So your net profit is actually a strong net profit. So 800,000 gross revenue, you can get a loan for that, for $800,000 loan off the gross revenue, and finance it on a $4 million building. Probably them buildings that we was mentioning early. Plus, you can get the cash flow of 238,000 free in your pocket. So you can get the loan for 800,000, get the cash flow of 230,000, 238,000. People are gonna be rushing to give you a loan. People will literally be rushing to give you a loan due to the fact how profitable it is. It says here the owner is retiring. Opportunity to own a quality gymnastics-based business with gymnastics, dance, cheering, ninja programs. A lot of profits is made. This is a great business that will provide a strong income while the business pays off itself. A solid, well-run business in a wealthy suburb in the fastest-growing cities in the state. New owners will step into the business with outstanding customer service and well-trained and loyal employees. This business shows pride of ownership, which, when added to the gym's and outstanding reputation, most makes this a must own. My bad. Great location with outstanding schools. Facility appearance is a great selling point to the parents and children. Own this extra clean 13,000 square foot facility with a strong reputation in the community. HVAC systems, security systems with good quality construction. The inventory is included in the asking price. The real estate is leased, so they don't own the building. The lease expires. The lease expires the end of this year.
Mm.
Is it renegotiable? We could probably renegotiate the lease.
Right. Hopefully they don't want to jack up the price.
Well,
That'll be
the lease would be like the rent is already 12,000 per month, so that's why it's very okay. It says here the landlord will extend a new long-term lease. Okay, so landlord will extend the lease. Buyer training and consulting. Seller, we aren't the new owner. Okay, we will orient the new owner to staff, so they'll give training the first 2 weeks. Okay, so it's gonna be around 2 weeks at the start. The next 2 months for phone and email advice. So literally, he's going to be available for around 2 months to be able to train, which that's probably enough, as long as we assign a manager. But this right here is definitely a good deal. I'm gonna have to save this one for myself. I'm gonna copy and paste this in the chat so we can be able to all see it. But 359,000 and shit. Who can beat that? You can get 238,000 back, $800,000 loan in another year or two. Finance it on a bigger asset, and to be able to stair step your way into some wealth. So that's not necessarily bad at all. And even that business is favorable when it comes to a down payment. It's $60,000 to $70,000 for down payment to get 230,000 back. You'd be an idiot.
That sounds too good to be true type shit.
You'd be an idiot. That's why you look at the balance sheet. But really, when you look at the full balance sheet, it'll tell the full story because the gross revenues right here is $800,000. The cash flow is 238,000. We would have to do the diligence period where we tell the owner to send us your books, and we'll have our people to read over the monies, over the bookkeeping, over the whole finances will pretty much be mapped out. then we can be able to make an offer, and we'll adjust the offer where we're probably not going to give them 359,000. You're going to negotiate this to 325, 315 as our starting offer, and we can work our way up. Where say if you say I ain't taking nothing for 40,000, offer 315,000, then we're going to say, well, okay, 330 final offer, where we can save 30,000 and put that 30,000 into either building up around the business in order to get the value up and those gross revenues up, where it can be $1 million gross revenue and hopefully 400,000 in cash flow the next year, where we increase the profits. So we got to be able to figure out how can we negotiate with these guys and be able to figure out how can we be a win-win situation, because this is a little, like you said, this is a little too good. That's why we need to have people to look at the books. So I'm gonna go to the next Texas business. So the real estate is a lease, so it'd be a $12,000 a month type of rent. That's the only hiccup.
That's a big
Global
number.
hardware wholesale, 2,190,000 cash flow. Potential rotating 2-hour display company, 1.7 with a cash flow of 300,000. Okay, so the starting bid. They got these starting bids. Okay, auto. Okay, so this is an auto repair shop in Dallas, downtown Dallas. 2.1 million with a cash flow of 544,000 a year.
So
They
2.4 million.
yeah,
Okay. That's good
2.4
money,
million.
man.
No, 2.1 million. 2.1.
2.1 cash flow 500K.
Dallas
Shit.
downtown area, and the Dallas area is going to have the most development running through.
Yeah, down in Dallas and Houston, you got a lot of auto repair shops. I heard it's like a hub out there.
So this is auto and fleet. Asking price 2.1 million. Here's the picture. 544,000 a year. Gross revenues 1.2. EBITDA. Okay, so they pretty much calculated this for us, and the real estate would be 2.3. So literally, we can buy the business for 2.1 and buy the real estate for 2.3. So that would be a total of 4.4. But with the gross revenues and the cash flow, the net cash flow, the shit is very healthy. Actually, it's close to 50%. So that's a higher net profit than the last business we mentioned. Okay, a rare and valuable opportunity to own a few auto and fleet repair businesses in the downtown Dallas, Texas area, surrounding by a strong commercial customer base. Founded in 1982, the company provides a full-service engineer repair to domestic and foreign vehicles and government fleet vehicles. Okay, on a 0.37 acre in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, the company enjoys an excellent reputation for superior workmanship, service, pricing, and expertise across an extraordinary variety of drive train systems and service requirements, including commercial and heavy-duty trucks. That's also key, because trucks, pickup trucks, is definitely a Texas thing. The company compelling one-stop platform repair and maintenance service and collision enables customers to save time, money, and disruption. Matter of fact, I'll buy this business than the last business, the last several businesses, due to the fact this has room to be able to increase. It says here the company spends $50,000 per year to maintain and diagnose software's licenses and updates, enabling it to reliably service and broadest possible range of truck and auto platforms. High-end imports are a specialty. The company invested in state of Texas vehicle inspection equipment, multiple heavy-duty lifts, scanners, and a dynamicometer, brake machines, impact tools. So literally, it has all the equipment added into this 6,000 square foot facility. External parking for 50 cars or 50 vehicles. Internal parking for 16 vehicles. Three full-time mechanics, two technicians, two S, two ASF certified. Okay. The real estate is owned. It's not included in the asking price, so the real estate is 2.3 with the $2.1 million business. That's cash flow of $534,000 a year. So it makes sense. Everything makes sense because even with everything combined, you still get a high cash flow. So it does still make sense. You can be able to pay that off. And you don't even have to pay it off really beyond 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. That shit's good.
5 years, the shit is paid off. There is no debt on the facility or land. Seller prefers no seller financing. So we gotta be able to come up with a banking, some type of bank or some type of private lender that will help sideline on this to be able to finance to acquire this with the land and real estate. So it's 544,000, and equipment is around $75,000. Inventory is $60,000 value. So this situation right here is multiple businesses in the Dallas downtown area.
Yeah, 'cause I drive trucks, and shit, somebody told me that whole area down there, man, Dallas and Houston, there's a lot of mechanic shops out there. Big, because you got a lot of, you got the oil fields out there. Texas is just a big ass state. They're fucking everywhere out there.
Yeah, man. So it's prime opportunities, dog. But I'm gonna get off of here. I respect you, Craig. Much respect to you.
Same here, man.
All right, man. Now respect to everybody that's coming in. Okay, now I might do a couple of more because I still got time to be able to figure something out.
You said you in Cali, right?
Yeah.
Cali. California's crazy too. Places out there, it's ridiculous, man. Bro, I got a brother out there. I was born in Cali. He moved back a few years back. He telling me the prices for apartments ridiculous. Jeez. I don't know how y'all do it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of properties that's $3 million here. That's $400,000 in Texas. So that's why Austin Hills looks so attractive to a lot of people. That's the main reason why Austin Hills look attractive to a lot of people. But let's look at some more businesses, man. Cause I'm researching, writing shit down as well as we speak. So we gotta. But this auto and fleet situation is good because the real estate is for sale. Plus, it's in the Dallas downtown area. That's mainly where most of the people that's coming from Cali is gonna be at. They're gonna be at the downtown areas. They're gonna be at the downtown areas. They're gonna pretty much flock to those locations to quick. Seem like all these businesses is either high cash flow or something where you can be able to enter in without really no issue or problem. It says here profitable, fast casual franchise, exclusive location in Dallas. The price is $375,000 with a cash flow of $159,000. Then you get another business for $100,000 with a cash flow of $28,000 now. it's a San Antonio business and it's retail commercial customers. So this is probably a one man business when it comes to $100,000 business, but still 25,000 get you in there and you pay that off in 3 years with 25 to $28,000 cash flow every year off of that business, just stacking businesses and shit. So this is why motherfuckers that have high equity homes in California or New York or West uh, New Jersey, Virginia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, y'all need to be able to figure out, get yourself these businesses that cash flow something. Okay, so I think this is a one man business. Okay, got 2 employees. Okay, this is an established technology franchise. Okay, so this is a franchise business in San Antonio market. This business provides managed IT services to commercial clients and break fix to retail consumers. Earn recurring ever re- uh, earn recurring revenue on managed IT services. The franchise is backed by a well-established franchisor. You'll receive an excellent support and training throughout your ownership of this business. Okay. Okay. So the rent on this is 1,400 a month. He just established this in 2018. I'll definitely have to have him show the books. Reason for
Right.
selling, relocating. Show the books, $100,000 asking price, $28,000 cash flow. So he's trying to sell this shit at a 3-4 multiple. But let's look on to the next business. Existing restaurant, dine-in and pickup delivery service, 70,000 for sale. For sale for 70,000. Fencing business, 600,000 with a $251,000 cash flow. Strong business to business performing resale to locations in Dallas, $1.8 million asking price with a $519,000 a year cash flow. Profitable massage business for sale, $189,000 in Plano, Texas. 30 Op hair salon in Lubbock, Texas.
I heard salons are real good. I don't know how true that is, but
Well, yeah, especially when it's in a salon in a state that didn't really close, like Texas, Georgia, Florida. Those 3 states never closed, so those were prime states to own something where it had major shutdowns, extreme shutdowns. Um, Major profitable franchise painting business, Denton County. So this is probably in Denton, Texas. 131,000 asking price with a cash flow of 60,000 a year. Okay. Texas Hunting Lodge, outfitting business, owners retiring, 700,000 for sale. Karate School, Dallas, Texas, 150,000 asking price, like 87,000. Wow, let me click on this. This is extremely high. This is why you need to have people that can be able to look at the books, be able to figure out what's going on with this, what is
something
going
cold
on with
out of
this
here.
specifically. Okay, so this has a gross revenue of 280,000 a year, 87,000 net profit. The rent is $29 per month. Am I reading this right?
Definitely a
I think
typo.
this is a typo. Nah, man, even in Texas, that's a little too low.
You ran a cardboard box or some shit. That's way too low.
Okay, no martial art experience is required. Turnkey opportunity, contracted recurring revenue with long-term customers, member families, providing checking accounts or debit cards for monthly auto debit. Okay, so we can collect money automatically, providing reliable and steady income. I'm gonna have to save this business for myself. To be honest, I should have never showed y'all this, but flexible owner operator semi absentee business model. Maximize profit by self managing the business or outsourcing daily operations to a program director. Okay. Good books and records. Okay. Books and records are clean and readily available. So that's what we need right here. What I highlighted right here, we need to be able to see the books.
But
Everything needs to be
that's on the
clean.
owner operator business.
That's on the karate business for 150,000 with a $87,000 cash flow. That's on that business. Okay, proven business model with a small staff, easy operating hours. The business benefits from proprietary programs and has profitability perform a small staff during a convenient after school operating hours. Top performing location, do good while doing well. Positively impact your community by teaching children while earning a profit. Okay, Dallas, Texas. Real estate is leased. 2,000 square foot building. The end of the lease will be in May of 2021, so it will be coming up shortly. 6 employees in the business. Facilities. Okay, go for expansion. So we have to sign an NDA in order to be able to get certain shit. Okay, so it's rededicating to a corporate career. So he's selling this for a corporate career. I don't know why. I don't know why, but this is the business that we was looking at here. I don't know why, but yeah, man, we.
Shit.
Okay, now Clever Kev is saying these are fake dojo. He's saying this is a fake dojo business. Well, Kev, I'm looking at the cash flow. If the books say it's clean, then it's clean.
It's a fake dojo.
Yeah, my man saying this is a fake dojo. Let me get this caught up in the business. Okay, San
Karate Kid
Antonio
up
is
in here.
deceptive. The bigger, the more stress. It's a blue collar town. It's a big city with a small town. Essence, high performing corona. Okay, it's the McDojo. So it's like the McDonald's of dojos, huh? So it's the McDonald's of when it comes to this karate business, I see. Okay. That's funny. That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, the
You know,
Karate
it's
Kid
funny.
dojo.
The Karate Kid Dojo. But we're trying to be able to figure out what's good cash flow in businesses. We ain't necessarily dedicated to this specifically. You know, they get in, build up money, then they get out before people start to wise up, then their kids start learning anything useful. You know what, Kev, that actually makes sense. I can actually see some logic into that point. Because the gross is 280,000 a year, 87,000 net profit, and selling for $150,000 a year. Definitely, we would have to ask some hard questions when it comes to this to be able to figure out what is going on. Is is he about to get exposed and he's literally trying to sell out before he get exposed? Then literally the bomb gets blew up in our lap on something that he created. Oh man, oh man, Kev, if you want to get on the panel, man, click on the link. Definitely click on the link and explain yourself on this one, man, because you understand martial arts more than I do. I don't. as a little kid, yes, but I don't know the specific model to a T where I know who is real and who is fake. Because I think I probably went to a fake dojo that was pretty much trying to cash flow on something.
Shit, you gonna buy that dojo and start putting little kids in headlocks.
Man, I'm just trying to cash flow, man. I ain't trying to mess around and hurt the kids, man.
I think man. Texas, man. Yeah. So I saw a couple condos out there, man. 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms for like 35, 40,000. I'm like, damn. They got me one of them bitches cash soon. So I saw a couple condos out there, man. 1 bedroom, two
Yeah.
bedrooms for like 35, 40,000. I'm like, damn. They got me one of them bitches
Yo,
cash.
Kev, mute your phone.
No, I got it. I had to, you know
Okay.
me. I had to set up my computer here. I got all this equipment to have a podcast, and then I barely use it.
But yeah, man, we got the dojo. Let me share my screen.
No, yeah, okay. So let me explain. And I had, I'll preface by saying I haven't been in martial arts in about 5-6 years. The last thing I was taking was Tai Chi, which I'll probably get back into as soon as all this COVID is over. But most of my life I've been in something, and so is my brothers. My brother, one of my brothers is actually he's a third or fourth at this point. But the degrees in black belt really don't matter. That's a selling point. It's not a thing that actually exists within the realm of actual martial arts. Like, I'm a 6th-degree black belt. Yeah, whatever. You're a black belt or you're not. And belts, even for that matter, are really things that you find in like U.S. schools or public schools, commercial schools, so that people feel like they're earning rank. Because progress, you know what I mean? People need something that they think is, they could identify as progress.
I'm usually home by now. My bad. Let me mute myself.
Yeah, mute up, G. But
So
you see the
with
screen, right?
Yeah, I can see the screen. So okay, so with the reason why I call it a McDojo is you kind of guessed right. It's because you get they in the field of martial arts they're considered McDojos or bullshido.
Now look
Because-
at the year that was created. It was created in 2015. So you think he's about to get figured out? A hypothetical.
Because what happens is they pop up these franchises, and you'll see karate schools all over the place, right? And what ends up happening is these people get into it. He's probably got a black belt from some other school or something like that when he was in Okinawa or something, but nobody ever checks the credentials first off. But they probably got a black belt which you can get like in 6 months from some places or a year, instead of a lifetime of training. But it's like aerobics instruction or like people that learn yoga. You can get it doesn't take much to. In fact, you don't have to prove to anybody how well or how much you know.
But look how comical that is. Look how comical that is. No martial art experience required.
Yeah, because
Thank you, operation.
because what ends up happening is like they said, for you don't have to have martial art experience. Because what you can do is you can hire someone to teach.
I need a better manager, man. So I need to hire
and
a
I'm
better
sure, I'm absolutely positive that they would recommend someone to teach. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Cause I know. I used to do this.
Yeah,
shit
they probably have a few head students of theirs that were head students that are already teaching their classes for them anyway, because that's what happens. They start delegating down. Once you get yourself a couple of black belts who have really bought into the whole thing, then you have them take over and start teaching. Black belts will teach the beginners and so forth and so on. And and these guys all have egos. So you're going to get a couple of his students that he'll suggest, yeah, you could take over. Willie and Wonka, both of them can help teach your class. I think they're ready to be masters themselves. And now you've got these two, guys teaching it, and they get out because the lifetime of that property in that business is very limited. See, it
Good.
starts up people. Karate spreads word of mouth. People will put their kids in it to give them an activity or something to do because they think they're learning to protect themselves. They're learning fun team sports. They really think it's Cobra Kai. And then they get in, and what'll happen is the first time little Billy goes to school and gets picked on by a bully, and then tries to use his karate and gets his butt handed to him on a plate with all the trimmings, they start asking questions. Well, he's been in karate for 6 years. How come little Billy is getting beat up? He should be a better fighter. And, the excuses of, well, he's not dedicating himself to it. It'll only last so long. So what they do is they have these pop-ups. They run these businesses for about 3 or 4 years, right? They get in. That's when your most money anyway is going to come in a martial arts business. The first, I'd say, 5 years. After that, people have either have progressed to a point where they feel they don't need to come to class anymore, or they get tired of it and they decide to, drop out. It is a business of customers. It's not just people that want to come in and learn a lifestyle. It's just like an aerobics class. After a while, you feel you don't need it or you don't want to pay that expense. So there is a point where the business will start to lose patrons, lose those consistent customers. And you're going to be bringing in less new customers because at first, when it's hot, people will suggest, hey, why don't you come to karate with me? It's a very word of mouth business. So people will suggest, why don't you come to my karate class, maybe try it out, see if you like it. And of course, that's why every karate dojo has a free trial period, which is basically one
It's 6
free
employees. It's 6 employees, so.
Yeah, exactly. And I guarantee all those employees started as students.
Okay.
I guarantee every employee started as students or as a family relative.
Danielson.
Yeah, exactly.
That is hilarious.
Well, what ends up happening is they know that there is a lifetime at some point.
Because the reason for him leaving is rededicating to a corporate career.
Yeah, to a corporate.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, if Jeff Bezos was calling him saying, "I need you to come back, Tom. I need you back here at my side. What can I do?" Well, I really wanted to teach karate, and I've been happy doing this. No, Tom, we need you at Amazon. Then okay, fine. But we know that that's not the case.
Yeah, because come on, man. Like, huh? Like,
He
that
said-
don't make sense, man. He's leaving for a corporate career, and like
What
you
does that
mentioned, he
even
pretty much
mean?
has a burnout.
I mean, think about it. What does that even mean? A corporate career?
Yeah, we're gonna be pressing the hell out of this dude. What do you mean? We don't go with the offer. What you mean you gonna leave, dude? You're supposed to be for the money and business and the actual fluidity of actually having something that's your building. Like you're leaving for a corporate. That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Well,
That's
I mean,
why I'm kind of.
it's like
That's why I say look at the books.
I think of it like it sounds like something a child would say. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to go into a corporate career.
Yeah, because come on, man, it's definitely a must to be able to figure out what is the intent of selling, so we don't get caught up with a bomb that blows up right when we get into it. Like literally the next year we get into it and the bubble bursts.
Well, yeah, because what happens is he knows he's got to get out now. Then because once the business starts deteriorating, then your reputation in that business starts to deteriorate. And what'll happen is he'll get out, like he said, to go to his corporate career and leave you holding the bag. But in like 3, 4, 5 years down the line, he can start up again, a different school, in a different location, and it's like he's fresh again. It's it's the new karate school taught by so and so who's been teaching 20 years, and people are not going to connect the downfall of the high performing karate school with his new karate school, because they're going to say, no, that place went downhill after Real Deal Financial took over, and they didn't know what they were. Real Deal didn't know what he was doing. I was the real teacher. I just had retired to go into a corporate career, but now I want to come back and teach. And they'll start it up, and this cycle will happen again, and they'll do that like 5 or 6 times in their lifetime.
Yeah, man, because I when growing up and everything, I didn't watch karate films. I watched remember that dude, that Asian dude with the two Glocks and shit running around the city with two
Oh,
Glocks.
John Woo,
Fat Cho.
Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah, fat. Yeah, him. That's the only type of karate, and that ain't even karate. My man just got two big hammers and shit, shooting people down. So that ain't even really karate. That's the only thing that I know about it.
He used to be jumping, like he used to dive everywhere, side to side in slow motion, firing his
Side to side with slow motion.
With the doves. There were always doves flying out into the light or something like that.
Yeah, man. Like, come on, dog. Like, okay, now let's focus on other businesses that's for sale.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee that's that online video game and PC gaming shop. That almost sounds interesting, except for there's so many of those that rise up and fall down so quick.
Oh, this ain't even the actual price. This is just first fee. This is what this has to be a franchise or something. It says here, startup description. Oh, this is a startup. Okay. Considering all offers,
it's an online gaming store. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even bother.
No.
You'll get. I mean, the industry is too dominant, and especially since now everybody's just selling things direct. Microsoft is like coming on point where they've got their Game Pass, where they're basically about to create what is the equivalent of the Netflix of video game streaming, where you'll just be able to pay a monthly fee and download any video games you want. And Amazon, you're not going to beat Amazon's pricing anyway on video games, or Best Buy, their online store, or Walmart, or Target.
Because it says here, full-featured online gaming store with an excellent domain. That doesn't matter. That's literally irrelevant. Featuring everything for PC, Xbox One, X, PS4, 5, Switch, and more. Turnkey business that is easy to operate, even for one person. This store has got it all: consoles, games, PC hardware, gaming furniture, electronics. What's the inventory? Because I'll sell the inventory. I'll buy the business in order to sell the inventory at a higher price, because I actually been selling iPhones for a couple of years, so
Well, no, yeah, if they got a whole stock full of PlayStation 5s that they've been sitting on because they've been scalping them, that's fine. But
I could take the inventory. I'll take the inventory and sell the shit, and pretty much say, with this business right here, it's a dub. It's a dub. Okay, design as a standalone store, but it could be seamlessly integrated with your existing brick and mortar store.
Oh, see, that's a drop ship store. So what they're doing is basically
you're drop shipping. Yeah, that's what I do. So this is a drop shipping store. So she pretty much currently handles product stock and social media promotions, and can provide ongoing support and training for the new owner. And design is very similar to GameStop.com. Called to discuss in detail one existing units, one facility managed.
Here's my question. You may know more about this than I do. Why would you do this? Because if it is so profitable, why would this person want to sell it as opposed to make that profit themselves?
Well, when it comes to e-commerce stores, you pretty much build the shit, you cash flow the shit, and you sell it for a multiple on the shit. That's literally the business model when it comes to it. It's not really designed or meant in purpose of to be able to hold on for 10, 20, 30 years. Like, that's what I do in my stores. I've literally sold stores that I have literally no intent of keeping around. Not necessarily because there's a flaw, just because I know that I can be able to sell it for a multiple, where $40,000 cash flow net can be able to garner around at least $100,000 cashier checks. But we got a new person in the panel, woman of the past. Hello, hello.
Yeah, sorry. Hello. Good morning. How are you, Texas? I mean, Real Deal Financial. I'm really sorry about that. I just want to say hi. Thank you for inviting me. I've been introduced to your channel from Wacky World. He posts your channel, and I was looking at because I like people that are, I'm assuming you. I mean, he was saying that you're from California, so
Yes.
yeah. So that's why I was looking at your channel, see what perspective you have being here. Want to go somewhere else doing business? Obviously, it's very saturated here, and because I live here as well in North Cal, but I'm from Morocco, North Africa, and I was just interested to hear back and forth. I like younger crowd. I'm an older person, but I like younger crowd because I feel like people have more energy, more enthusiastic aspect of life, and I think it's a better thing to hear people like younger people. So that's why I'm here listening to you guys. to
We're
I was
respecting
interested
you.
of Texas. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
No, no problem. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Okay,
was
now.
just, thank you. Yeah.
You too, man.
Yeah, if you
Okay,
type
now
in
we.
Fort Worth
Or
this
if y'all
morning,
gotta go
brother.
down first, got it? I appreciate it.
Okay, Fort Worth.
Yeah, if you type in Fort Worth, you get a whole bunch of that. That's a busy topic this morning.
Okay.
I mean, I know this website for sure. It's a good website for having good ideas of what's going on with business, and I know this website for sure. I took 2 years and a half business myself to understand how the American people are putting things, the mentality, the ethics, how to present things. My products that I know the best is products from my country where I grew up. So I have an enormous good source of prime quality spices, olives, and one of them is saffron because the saffron that I see around, it's really a joke. My saffron, man, you put a tiny bit on there in your dish or in your tea, it's just amazing quality. You will come back right away, I guarantee you. you
Is it an
know.
Arabic dish?
Well,
Well,
here in the
yeah.
States, they've actually caught that a lot of this stuff is like either watered down. Like I was reading not too long ago about how olive oil. We're not
Yeah.
actually getting real olive oil here when we go into grocery stores and buy it. We're getting like this watered down secondary type oil. It's not authentic olive
Oh,
oil. Um,
really? Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like a mixture of like canola oils and vegetable oils and some olive oil. It's not. We're
Welcome
not.
to
You have
America.
to really read your labels.
Hmm. Interesting to know. I mean, in California, we're pretty spoiled, man. It's always prime here. Everything we get is prime. But the other
It's like
state, uh huh.
it's like when you look at certain juices and you look at the bottle and you're getting like fruit juice or apple juice or cold pressed
Indeed.
pears
Cranberry, yes.
and then you look at the label and it says contains like 1% juice and you think, well, what am I getting in this bottle?
True. Very true. Let's see. I have a bottle here, right here, of olive oil from Trader Joe's. Um,
Now Trader Joe's is probably, since they're real big and they're authentic and stuff, that
yeah.
it's probably the real deal. But most grocery
Yeah.
stores is like a blend of olive oil. That
True.
actually that might be something real deal you might want to look into if you're looking like around San Antonio, the Hill Country. All these,
Hmm.
Yeah.
there's a lot of that's like wine country. So there's vineyards and
Oh, okay.
wine brewer, breweries that like
So,
this area is real
okay.
big for wine creation. So you might look
In
at
San
wine
Antonio?
properties too.
Oh, you're talking about San Antonio, Texas, right?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I mean, it's a very nice place compared to here. Here everything is being done, everything's been conquered. It's a beautiful state, but boy,
And land is cheaper in Texas. So when you're looking in
yeah.
like Fredericksburg or Bernie, Texas, at
Okay.
properties that you could grow, you could probably buy them adjacent or near, other vineyards out in that area, and eventually end up selling that land as those vineyards and winemakers expand, especially with all the people influxing in from California.
Uh-huh.
I'm betting that's probably an area that I probably should look into, because I have a feeling over the
See?
years people are going to be coming coming to San Antonio from California that
Really?
have wineries or know how to make wine, and are going to be looking to
Hmm.
invest in that area for that.
Okay, yeah. That's an excellent idea.
Now,
Thank you for helping about that.
now I want this liquor store bad. I want this liquor store so bad. I want this liquor store so bad. You don't know how so bad that I want this damn liquor store, man. This shit is 150,000 asking price. I'm gonna have to
Oh yeah,
figure
that's
out what's the book on this.
in that yeah
It-
in
It's
that,
a
in that
retirement sale.
area.
It's a retirement sale.
Yeah, and plus that area, right there, it's over in what I guess what you'd call Little Vietnam, in
Little
Houston.
Vietnam. Okay. Little Vietnam.
Houston.
That's in Houston, and
Okay.
yeah, trust me. And you see how they got it all covered. You can cash your check and buy your liquor, and even pick up a little something for the wife on your way home from work.
Proper business model. See, proper business model, expanded business model. That's why I want this, and it's a retirement sale. See, the owner is retiring, and it's on 40503 Holmes Road. So we got to research this real quick. Let me.
They got a grocery aisle too in there.
Yeah, and it's like that's like in between sort of the Asian community and the black community. So yeah, right there off of 610.
Yeah, a lot of black community needs. I mean, a lot of black men needs to start owning business. I'm very pro that for the young people for sure, because like I'm tired of this whole thing going on. It's just like pathetic, sad.
Yeah,
Let's look at all the parties in this area.
you see that soul food restaurant right there next to it, and you got the Wesley and the Zali apartments right there. That's who's going to be walking in to buy your liquor.
Mm.
That's probably a pretty profitable business.
No, yeah.
See, this is why we do the research. This is why we do the outside research. 'Cause I need to figure out what's the surrounding of this area.
Yeah,
So
those
is
Arabs
it
are
done?
hypocrite, man. They should not supposed to make profit on alcohol. They're just double standard. Hello.
Right.
Well, it's not. It's that area. I can tell you is in between kind of the Asian area and the black areas. So you got. I won't say upscale. Well, Hispanic's further away, but you're in between. What would be? I'd consider. I mean, neither one I'd consider upscale areas, but I wouldn't say one is more upscale. I'll say that than the other. But you're kind of on a border in between two different communities.
Yeah,
but not in a way, not in an area where you got to worry about the place getting robbed every other day. I think that's a flip.
That's probably why they're profiting so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
People aren't scared of that neighborhood. Pretty much what you're saying.
The value of this property. Do they got any foreclosures? Do they got
You're not that area. You're not deep enough into the bad areas that you'd be afraid to go there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Pretty much
Yeah.
it's not in the hood. So it's pretty much what you
It's
said.
on
You ain't in
it's
the
on
hood.
it's on the outskirts, but not not in the hood. Just on the bare. You go a couple few streets in, you might start feeling a little uncomfortable, but not really.
Oh, man.
Like you wouldn't mind going during the day, and then if it started to get dark on you, you wouldn't feel like I need to get out right now. You would probably feel like it's probably best I start heading back to my side of town. But you wouldn't feel like you gotta it's dark. I got to get out. I got to go now.
Okay, these are the
Yeah,
foreclosures in Little Vietnam.
mm. Clever
These are the
Kev, do you have a
foreclosures.
channel?
Kev don't even have a channel,
No.
man. Kev supposed to have been had a channel.
Yeah, a long time ago, but I'm I met Real Deal through another friend. I'm more of a comedian in a like a movie comic
Ooh,
book
that's very handy.
like an
Comedian.
entertainment critic. Yeah, I'm more entertainment media. He's like financials. We just kind of connected through a mutual friend.
Awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
comedians are very important for business purpose. Like if you this is an asset. If you can have a good speech and all that, it's an asset for selling, for convincing, for
yeah,
all that.
you can be able to swag your way into a deal. Yeah, I agree.
Yo.
Well, I've been more or less thinking about restarting my channel, but like keeping it on
I
entertainment
agree.
and science because that's what I am. I'm a scientist. That's what I do in my normal life.
Okay.
And so
Awesome.
we met on a couple of panels where I was helping out with talking
these
about COVID.
are all the properties in Little Vietnam. These are all the properties.
I mean, San Antonio is changing, right? Because a lot of
These
people
are all the
buying there.
properties
So
that are foreclosure and pre-foreclosure.
Yeah, San Antonio is probably a good place. San Antonio has a lot of great properties. The thing about San Antonio is it is a big city, but it feels like a small town. Like it feels like a small
Correct.
town from like the 60s or 70s. It's not a
Yo, what's the area code
Nice.
for what, San Antonio?
Let's see. I can type and see.
Kev, what's the area code?
You mean the zip
Okay,
code
give
for
it to
San
me right
Antonio?
Somebody give it to me right now.
Seven
I
eight.
need y'all to be my head, my eyes and ears when it comes to researching.
78249.
72.
Yeah,
7249.
78249.
78.
249. You know what? I probably should give you the Stone
Give me the
Oak
link.
because that's the upscale area.
Yeah, give me a link because we need to figure out where in that area. Oh man, my system
That's scary. You
completely
guys,
froze.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you guys see on your computer the camera is on when you are on Streamlab? Because I'm on my phone, but my laptop is showing me that the camera is on. That's really trippy.
You probably are. You just don't have your camera turned on in the
Got
stream.
you. Okay, thank you. I grew up in North Africa, so I'm getting this vibration sometime that,
No problem at all.
like I wonder sometimes. I don't trust a lot of people in this country, man. Wow, I've been here for 25 years and it's kind of creepy,
Yeah, you just got to watch yourself here.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of diversity, but it is different. Oh, real deal. Try the zip code 78258 because that's the upscale area in San Antonio that's growing. That's where all the upscale businesses are starting to build. There's a lot of construction, and then there's a lot of that used to be a more downtrodden area and a lot more rural. Did he leave? Hey, Craig Beats, you there?
It looks like he dropped. Somebody maybe have a bad connection.
Yeah, he may have dropped his connection. Okay,
Uh,
well, I guess I don't know if we'll hold on until he gets back
yes,
or
let's
what.
hold on. I mean, if you'd like, I don't want to make you do what you know. But so clever, Kev, you know San Antonio very well. I'm glad I ran to you this morning. I need to go there, man. I need to take my courage and go there. You know, I worry so much for nothing.
Yeah, I've lived here about going on 20 years now. Maybe I came
Oh
here like
wow,
when I was at the end of my high school years. I grew up in Hawaii, and then
I see.
that's where I'm from, and then we moved here to Texas,
One
and I've been here
okay.
ever since. And that's where I've gone like to school and everything. And so I work in medicine, and I'm a virologist at the hospital.
I see. I
And
see.
that's
Wow.
where me and Real Deal met because I was on a panel with him on another group in a black men's group on
Yes.
YouTube, and I was they usually call me in when they want to ask science questions or talk about COVID or
Correct.
especially with COVID right now, it was a big thing, and we just kind of hooked up from
It's
there.
scary. Yep. It's scary, man. That thing, it's
But
scary.
San Antonio is expanding. It's gentrifying. The thing about San Antonio is it's not an expensive city. I mean, we have wealth here, but you don't see it.
Okay, but it's gentrified. You know, I'm tired. Like to tell you the truth, Clever, and I'm not a racist person at all. I mean, we the creator of all things, create everything. I have no problem. But man, I cannot connect with those people in here. It's just been very tough for
Well,
me.
yeah.
So,
Well, the
huh?
fear is that people are now moving to San Antonio or Texas, for that matter, because we don't have the tax laws that are in
Mm-hmm.
California. We have a low cost of living, and we don't have the laws that prohibit business. We don't have the regulations, um, and so people are coming here with those skills and,
Yeah.
and joining,
Yo,
creating businesses in Texas from California. The concern is, are they going to bring with them the same ideologies politically and economically
No,
that
hope
they
not.
that they had? And if they do that,
Yeah.
then you change what made Texas such a profitable place to move in the first place. So that's the
Absolutely
concern.
clever. Yes.
A real
Do you
deal.
have an email? I mean, I don't want to, but if you have any, and here, let me put my email there, and then you can send me yours, just in case I go to over there. Maybe I can say hello. We can have like a tea or something. You know, I don't know anyone there, so.
Yeah, or if you click on my profile on YouTube, you can add me there too.
Oh, you have a profile on YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
you can just
oh,
follow or subscribe.
okay,
Um,
Sounds
y'all can do
good.
that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
y'all can correspond and rendezvous in the private chat. Now, let me share
yeah,
So,
my screen.
there's a private channel. If you look on the
The woman
right,
of the past, you need to book a consultation.
I'm
You need to book a
sorry.
consultation, woman of the past. You need to book a consultation.
Yes,
hey,
real
real
Definitely
deal.
book a
deal,
consultation.
Okay.
Yo,
real deal.
woman
Yeah,
of the past.
I was gonna tell you a zip code you want to use for San Antonio. I think you dropped out when I was trying to tell you.
yeah.
Go to 78258, which is the Stone Oak area, which is the area. It's the north of San Antonio where everything is expanding into.
So that's
And there,
7822758.
78258.
78258.
And there used to be
Okay.
a lot
Well,
of property. It was kind of it's kind of becoming a more upscale area now. Um,
okay.
but because there
Okay.
used to be a lot of that was a more rural area, and then things started to expand, and now that's where all the expensive like things are starting to pop up. So properties there, if you can grab them, are going to start because they're doing construction. That's where everybody wants to build all their fresh new things, and it's like the new wave of suburbanites, I guess. Um, it's almost gentrification, except for the fact that it wasn't a bad area to begin with. It just was not a common area.
Okay.
But like I said, like some of those properties, those houses there, whatnot, a lot of that stuff, people are buying up the property and converting it into things like froyos and things like that.
Somebody playing video games over there?
Not here. Why?
Somebody is.
I hear something in the background. Like,
My man got the whole entire sound.
Oh, you probably heard my ringtone was
My
going
man
off on
done
my
got the
phone.
whole entire
oh,
sound.
man.
I got a text message, and yeah, my ringtone is from from the DuckTales Nintendo game.
Exactly. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like some old school.
It was the moon level, and if you remember that old DuckTales game for the Nintendo.
Yeah, you talking about the one with the gun, the big ass gun?
No, not Duck Hunt, DuckTales, like the cartoon Disney's DuckTales, like Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, okay, it's a cartoon. All right.
Yeah, it was that video game with the Scrooge McDuck, and he would he would bounce on his cane.
Yeah, I knew it was something like somebody going ham over there on that Sega Genesis or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was old school. It was like my favorite game when I was a kid. And that moon level, everybody knows like that music from that was very memorable.
Oh damn! I done got the Austin, Texas area.
Austin, like I said, Austin
compared to other areas.
Austin is I mean that's like a small version of California though.
I think I think I got the zip code wrong because it should have showed.
Oh yeah, it's got to be 78258. Here, I'll put it in the chat just in case.
72. So it's 72.
No, 778. Hold on, I'm gonna type it for you.
Yeah, man, because I got the whole Austin area.
Austin is like a giant gentrification experiment.
Yo, I swear, like when I was looking at houses and condos over there in Texas, Austin has some crazy prices compared to other areas.
It's
figure that out.
It's the tech center of Texas now, and it's the capital. It's also the art capital of San Antonio. That's where all the music artists, like they have that big festival every year, the South by Southwest.
Oh, Austin or San Antonio?
Austin does.
Oh, Austin, okay.
San Antonio is about 45-minute drive south of Austin. We're like the we're like the valley to to Austin.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking because I was gonna move down there for work, and I was looking at houses and condos, and some areas I was seeing they were cheap, but then you go to Austin, I'm like, damn, prices just doubled.
Well, because Austin's the tech center. Like you got these big tech companies that have moved out from California, and especially video games.
Yeah, Tesla's going out there too.
Yeah. And
Tesla is gonna run up the market.
Yeah, Austin has stuff. I mean, that's where stuff like BioWare, who makes like the Halo games, or video games, and Bungie, like Microsoft, they have big gaming studios. Ubisoft have big headquarters in Austin.
Okay.
So if you're a tech guy, that's where you're moving.
All right. Okay. They can afford living out there, like no problem too. So yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, it's like Austin is kind of like New York City in Texas. Like you go there, and you've got all the artists too, all the kind of the people that they don't really have jobs. I'm not trying to stereotype, but they're there for they're all trying to be the next Lady Gaga. They're all playing their bars and clubs and doing street art and all that stuff. So.
Dream chaser.
And everybody's a barista in a coffee shop, Did you see my I put the zip
Yeah, I did.
code.
I it's the website. The website is literally gone wonky. It has literally went to the garbage. So let me do a
Did you
diversion
look
real
into
quick. Let
the
me give
other
y'all something
browser?
to look at.
Did you look into the other browser I told you about?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, that
But I
Opera
realized
browser.
that certain shit it really wasn't my fault. It usually messes up when I have other people that comes on the panel. So I'm surprised that y'all can hear me clearly today.
Yeah, because it's trying to use all those resources, and Google is a resource hog. So the more you try and do stuff in Google, and you're trying to do the host the show, and you're trying to run Streamlab, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to do me a favor. I'll share y'all screen. Now, Kev, you research Realty Track. Is it Realty Track or RealtyTrack.com, and I'll share your screen, and we can be able to
RealityTrack.com.
yes, Reality Track. Punch in the zip code, and we can be able to get it cracking like that.
Oh, I think I see it. Hold on. Realty Track.
So we
The
can keep the flow of the
foreclosures,
show
right?
going.
For the foreclosures, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me see here.
Damn, so Kev's the mad scientist, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we just gotta keep the flow of the show going. I'll leverage his knowledge for San Antonio, and I can pretty much gather what I would do in that area, or what needs to be done in that area.
Let's try it this way. Luckily, I have two screens, so I have two monitors, so that'll work. Let's drag that over. Okay. Seeing everything all right? You there, real deal? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
still trying to. This
Well,
the shit is
I put
running
in
very
my zip
slow
code.
on my end, but I
Um,
can see it now. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it now. Okay.
uh, that's the only thing in that area?
What's San Antonio businesses? Let's just research San Antonio businesses.
I just
Just
realized it's 8 o'clock over there for you.
No, here it's 11:20.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
12.
9:22 here.
It's
Oh,
12:22
okay.
out here, but you went online. You got on here like an hour and some change ago, so it was early for you out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What are you looking for? Businesses?
Yes, just general businesses.
Where do I go for that?
We gonna have to Google search that, my G. that's why I was.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was pretty much doing. That was, I don't necessarily have a
So,
biz and sell biz and sell dot buy and biz something dot biz, but it's literally a general business store, general business listed for sale. Damn, I don't know what. Oh no, I gotta reset my brain. My brain is literally been hurting all damn morning long. Let's just go on LoopNet.
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 Get out of here, Google. Okay. Old Pearsall Road. Well, these are all commercial buildings. Mm.
Oh, shit. Motherfucker.
Oh wow. Okay.
Damn, part of my sledge.
Okay, now these. I like the one in Commerce. It's a value add opportunity though. The 461 I like with the 6.52 cap rate, the 7 unit apartment building. It's actually a very cheap one.
Well, where do you see that at?
No, I'm looking at 411 East Carson Street, San Antonio.
Oh, okay. That's these old style houses that they've renovated into businesses and apartment units. I'll go to that. Yeah, they're big into doing that now because we have what's called the King Williams District. Yeah, see, these used to be like homes. You know what I mean? Like they back in like the early turn of the century,
Damn.
and then they started. You know they're like historic homes too, for that matter. Yeah, this is right down like
Women
over
of the
by the.
chat, if you want Morena's email, give me your email and I'll correspond it to Morena because we don't want emails. You don't want emails to
Okay,
be out.
okay.
So
Sounds good. But
put your
let me try to
email
do that
and I
in the
know
chat.
Morena. Yes,
Okay.
do that in the private chat, the back
All
chat,
right, sir. Thank you.
the chat that's
Okay.
in the stream viewer.
Indeed. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Thank
a
you.
like this area that's over by the Pearl. The Pearl is like the gentrified upcoming.
Okay.
It's between two college universities, for that matter. So you got Incarnate Word, which is probably where I'll be going next year to finish medical school, because they just opened their medical school there. And then you've got Our Lady of the Lake, which is down the road. You're not far from the zoo, and the Pearl is like it's like a center where they've converted this old office complex. It used to be a brewery, like a beer brewery, and they went out of business. And they converted all those buildings into either condos or shops, like upscale like restaurants, and then there's a lot of like pubs. Everybody goes down by the Pearl to do like pub crawls because there's a bunch of bars along that little strip there. And then there's
my fault. Keep going.
Mm.
So it's not far from the zoo.
Not
well,
far from the zoo.
it's a short. You could ride a bike to the zoo from there.
No, it's a 6.52 cap rate. So let me calculate the cap rate real quick. Let me calculate the cap rate. 460. So the cap rate will be 27,000 a year. Let me divide that by 12 to figure out. Divide
Yeah,
that.
see, they divided it into 7 different rooms with a shared common area. And this is, I know what this is targeted at. This is, again, this is targeted at like the college age.
So it's $2,304 specifically. So it's a 7-unit. I want to be able to charge $975 each. I literally want to start charging $975 each on 7, so I can get 68. Then times that by 12, 6,800. That'll be $82,000 a year. I want that. I would definitely want that when it comes to charging it up. And I know that the occupancy is at 100%, and I know it'd be a sudden change. The thing that I hate about this is it's not in the opportunity zone, but still we have to raise these rents.
You're gonna get all the hipsters here because they're gonna be right there near the bars and between the college. So you're gonna be looking at 20-year-olds to 30-year-olds, most of which will think that they're artists. They're gonna be working on their album or street music or whatever it is, while they go to college or at the university, or they're going to be playing at the bars down the road, because all those bars, back in the day, I had a band. I played in those bars in the early 2000s. That's where that community. That's the kind of community you're looking at. That's going to be around and living in there.
Just call them hippies, man.
Yeah, and then down the
you
street
wanna
at the
do it.
Pearl, they say it's walking distance to the Pearl, which is a nice area. They're gonna walk over there to the Pearl, hit all those shops, restaurants, and bars. Go to do the pub crawls, and then the other thing is the Pearl has a farmers market on Saturday and Sunday, so that's also the kind of crowd.
Can you scroll up? Can you click in? Can you click in the building so we can look inside?
Yeah, let's see if we can get a look.
We gotta look inside.
Okay, so there's the front area. This is the communal living area right here, because they say you have a communal area and kitchen. So this is going to be like an episode of Friends. You're each going to have your own room, but you have the high ceilings as usual, and this comically small TV on this wall unit. Like it's like, come on, bro. You just get rid of this and get yourself a 65-inch TV. But nobody's gonna be home.
Everybody knows their name, though.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna be sharing the room. Here's the kitchen, the shared kitchen that people are gonna be cooking it up in. Looks like a converted garage. Look, you got your toaster oven and your stove, your Ninja Foodie grill. I hope that each unit has a bathroom. I hope it's not shared bathrooms. Let me go down and take a look real quick. Shared living areas: living, kitchen, dining, washer, and dryer. Okay, so every room I hope has its own bathroom. But here's one bathroom. Here's one bedroom. I guess it's another one.
I'm trying to charge $975, and I think $975 is more than justifiable for this 7-unit apartment building.
Oh, just the area alone. You know what? If every room looked like this one and came with this chair and this TV, you would still get $975. Just because that area alone commands that price. You see what I'm saying? Because you're right there next to downtown. You're a short Uber ride away from every concert, theater show, Spurs game, festival. When we have, San Antonio loves to have Fiesta. Fiesta happens right in this area. Halloween time, the Pearl area is the king of Halloween. They have about 4 different haunted houses that are like rated on like the national scale. People do it up big in Halloween. In that area, and you would be living right there. So you're in the heart of everything. Like I said, You get guests from out of town. You got the Whitty Museum, which is literally a bike ride down the road next to the zoo, which is, again, a bike ride down the road. You got the Art Museum, which is probably a bike ride in the opposite direction.
Yeah, because
I don't know where this door to Narnia goes here in the corner, but
this is definitely $975, $1,200 a month worthy.
and like I said, you're gonna get college students here, and because that's where they're gonna want to be. Young people want to be in this area. $975, they will gladly pay it. They will work their little job or whatever, and they will gladly be here. Just the proximity to the school alone and the bars. You're right there. You can go to school during the week and the bars on the weekend. You don't even need a car.
Right. Parents will probably be paying their tuition and their rent.
Yep. And Incarnate Word is a private college, so they got money, or they're going to be on grants where they'll have the money to pay it anyway.
$80-something thousand a year, man. That ain't bad, man. Just for letting your money work for you.
And the best thing
'cause we
is
can raise that up.
San Antonio is such a chill city, and that area is such a chill area. You're not going to really get people tearing up your property. You know what I mean? Like they don't do it like that down here. The worst thing you'll have to watch out for is smokers, depending on if you want to try. And you could actually probably charge more. But look at this. They have all this outside area, even an upstairs balcony. So you probably really don't have to worry about smokers either, because they can go outside. But if they do come inside, you could charge for, smoking in a unit or whatever. If you want a room, instead of $975, it'll make it $1,100 if you're a smoker.
Depends on what they're smoking, too. Shoot.
Well, I don't ask, don't tell.
Dealing with a bunch of hippies here.
Yeah, as long as it's not crack, I don't. As long as it's not crack, they can do whatever. Look at, is that a card catalog system over there? Like from an old school library?
Yes.
And look, you know what I'm talking about? The old card catalog. You had to pull it out and look through to find where the books were. Yeah, I know the listeners who are over, under the age of like 25 are probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about because they've had Google their whole lives. But those of us who are in our 30s or older will remember the card catalog system with the Dewey Decimal Point, where you had to look up your book by author in that cabinet with a bunch of little index cards. If you remember the beginning of Ghostbusters, if you ever watch that movie, they have a card catalog that they find slime on.
Matter of fact, dude, this is actually huge. We can actually charge. I can actually charge a situation where it's 1,100 times 7. That's 1,700.
Ooh, look, and it's got private alley parking too.
That's $94,000, and I can also charge more on parking.
Well, because parking in that area is a premium. Like so being able to
parking and everything.
So being able to park there as well in that area, having a place where you could park and live. The lot is fenced in, by the way, so the parking lot is fenced in.
Plus, I can set up a coin laundromat situation and charge even more, get more of their money. Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh well, I mean,
this is beautiful. I'm gonna tax you on parking. I'm gonna tax you on coin laundromat. I can get you off the fact you a smoker. I can be able to get another $100 off of you. Plus, it'll be $85,000 to $94,000 a year off of this. Shit. 411 East Carson Street. This is San Antonio by the college, by the where Spurs playing shit.
And that's the historic King. These are turn of the century homes, so you could even probably tell people it's haunted.
Yo. This
Nah, man, that messed up my money. What you talking about, dog?
No,
Wait,
no, no,
nah,
not
wait,
not not
nah.
not
I ain't
not
live
here.
in no haunted house.
Not here it
You
won't.
done turned me off.
Not here it won't. With people love that stuff around here. Like I said, that whole area goes lit during Halloween time. If you told people that place is haunted, you'd be able to charge $1,200 a month.
what?
Just because they'd be like, ooh, the experience. I want to. I'm telling you, San Antonio's weird, bro. We're weird like that down here.
Yo, for real, that's weird as hell, man.
We got this place called the Ghost Track, which is like a railroad track where apparently, or supposedly, a school bus got hit. And it's these tracks that if you park your car on the tracks, they're all abandoned tracks. Ain't no trains coming through there. But you park on it and it's level ground, right? It's supposed to be, it's just flat ground. But what you do is you park on it and then you put your car in neutral and you put baby powder on your back window and your car will roll off of those tracks. And then when
What?
you go to look, you'll see little handprints on your window. Now,
No. Yo.
me being a scientist, I'm gonna tell you that what it is
Dude.
that it's an imperceptible grade, where the ground is actually
Exactly.
Dude,
But-
I'm gonna literally put this in the archives, bro, because I can add on vending machines, beer
Yo,
Yeah.
vending machines.
Yo, this-
Hey, he's not lying, bro. I mean, you put
College kids,
you put
man.
vending machine in this kitchen over here. Look, because it's a shared kitchen. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna have college students that ain't gonna want to do that. If you can find a way to put in one of those vending machines that serve sandwiches or something right here, he's I don't know if he's joking or not, but you could make money.
Put the ATM machine in that bitch too.
Chips, soda, vending machine. I wrote all this shit down.
Straight up.
Because I'm gonna do this with every type of property that's in a college town, no matter if it's College Station, Texas, no matter if it's San Antonio, Texas. I need to be utilizing to the fact where I need to be putting so many vending machines that you thought I was the vending machine billionaire. I literally put it on every asset property that motherfucker owns.
Vending machines on every corner.
Yes. Coin laundromat, parking fee, especially when parking is at a premium. It's exclusive premium at that. I need to charge every angle so I can generate more cash flow than I came back in.
Oh man. Yo, what a night.
Use that model for every college city.
You see,
College
here's
town,
the area, right? I brought up
Mhm.
this map to show you the area, right? So here's where this is. You're in here somewhere. What was that street? Carson. Oh well, here's Carson right here. See it?
Mm.
I'm circling it right now. There's Carson Street, right? So there's Carson. Here's San Antonio Independent School. Here is Central Catholic High, which is a private school. And then if you go north here, you've got the Brackenridge Golf Course. You have the Pearl Brewery, which I said was right here with all the shops and the upscale area. And if I zoom out a little bit, here's the Methodist Hospital nearby. You got I forgot San Antonio College, the community college is right over here too. So here's the community college right here. Here's where you are over on Carson. Then you go up north and you've also got Central Market. You've got the museums, the Japanese Tea Garden, the Whitty Museum, and the zoo. See what I mean by here? Oh, and Trinity University, which is another private school, but I always forget about that one because that's like a small private school. But so you're right here. You've got the immediate connection to the highways. And you got the military base. That's right. Fort Sam Houston's over here. So you got the military base. So you're sat right in the middle of like the perfect storm for places to be. The downtown campus of University of Texas is over here somewhere. The convention center where I go to all my anime conventions. So yeah, you're good. Where's Trinity? Where's Incarnate Word? I know I saw Incarnate. Oh, Incarnate Word's up here. See it? So here's Incarnate Word University.
Mm.
San Antonio College, Trinity College. And in this area over here is a strip for St. Mary's. This road, St. Mary's, that connects down. Look, it even connects to Carson. Because you can take Carson right here, cut up out Austin Avenue, and hit St. Mary's. This is all bars. All bars along this road right here.
Okay.
And so
now find clubs for sale in San Antonio. Let's research that.
like nightclubs?
Yes.
I don't know
Yes,
if that's
you know,
in San Antonio. I used to bounce clubs here in San Antonio. I don't know if that's a business. One, it's the same clubs are the same clubs have existed here forever. And two, the San Antonio clubs can be a little.
I don't care, man. I need the cash flow. I don't care. I
Okay.
literally don't care. I'll staff an armed security team. I'll literally staff an armed security team if it's literally.
Okay, you're
like
ready. You're ready to, because the one thing you're ready to battle the San Antonio gangs. Okay, you got.
Going for it all, man.
Oh, what's this? Okay, let me take a look. What bar is this?
Oh shit.
Over in Comal. What bar is this? I don't know what bar they're talking about over here in this area. I'm trying to think of what was over in this area before that they could be selling. But I know this one right here. Yeah, this used to be the Ice House. I know this place. They're asking $750,000 for the Ice House.
No.
Well, it's bigger.
No.
It's bigger than what they're showing here.
This would be a value add. And I would definitely have to chop down this price. I can't be able to do it at this price. No, can't do it at this price. No, cannot do it at this
That's
price.
750 too much for that?
50,000.
Oh,
Because if I do a value add, then that means I'm gonna have to develop to the point where this building will be worth $2 to $3 million in the future. I wouldn't be able to do it like this. What other clubs is for sale? I know there are other clubs in this area.
Well, not in this area. I'm trying to think of what's closed down recently. 410 in Blanco. Okay, hold on. Let me think what this is right here. 410 in Blanco. Let me think. Blanco Avenue. Man, I haven't been over there in a minute. What's over there? Oh, Papa's. Is that?
Oh,
That's got to be Papa's. That's a small place. That's a small. It's a really small little, like in a shopping center. And they're only asking 165 gross revenue. They're asking 165,000. I like how what they did in the competition. They clearly tell you though, successful large bars are also in this area. That's your competition. Yeah, because you got Perfect 10 over there. You've got you got Sugars right up the road, which is the strip club slash bar. Turtle Creek Tavern.
Letting you know you got comp.
Yeah, they're not even gonna lie to you. They're like, yeah, this is a great bar, but your competition is basically these big bars that everybody goes to.
Pretty much like, yeah, this is why I was selling the building right now. Like,
Yeah, the
letting you
competition
know
is
why
probably,
I'm getting rid of it.
especially right now with the with the situation going on with COVID and stuff. Let's see. Ooh, here's one on the Riverwalk, which is the tourist area. Let's take a look at this. Because they have a lot of them that are like near or along the river, because that's where all the tourists come, all the hotels and stuff are. I like how they keep this stuff shady though. Like they don't want you to. They ain't trying to let you see too much. I guess because they don't want people
They
swooping in
want you to,
from under.
they
Yo,
want you to
support the
show off
stream,
so they can try
y'all.
to swindle you into it.
Yo, support the stream, y'all. You know, your boy's doing OT. I was supposed to been cut off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Make sure you
Supposed to been
support.
cut off. Support the stream. $, Mr. Perfect 23G.
Yeah, make sure you like it and share. You guys are getting
Like the
information
video, helps the algorithm.
because you're seeing it and you're thinking about it, and other people are listening and they might be thinking about it too. So if you're out there getting ideas and looking at some of these properties, going, you know what, I could put some vending machines up too. Well, then you need to give props to your boy for
That's why I need distribution. That's why I need to get distribution so I can sell you the vending machine. So I can.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. I'm your supplier. I'm your plug.
I'm the pusher, man.
Because these nightclubs and bars and shit is pretty much cheaper than what it is here in
Well, celebs is
here in Cali, though. Definitely cheaper. Let me do something real quick.
because San Antonio is such a small, it's a big, it's a big city but a small town. You know what I mean? See, this is what that bar, the one we were just looking at downtown, used to be. Celeb Star Bar. Oh, they don't have no pictures? Come on. Well, I guess that's fine. But anyway, I guess we'll go back. They were looking at selling that bar. What other bars are for sale here in San Antonio? Let's look at this Biz Quest. Nothing there. The same. They got the same 3 bars on Biz Quest. Yeah, San Antonio is not really a nightclub place though. Like we've got a few, but they're long running. They've been here a long time. You know what I mean? Like we don't change up clubs very often. Oh, you know what might be selling? Didn't Doc Brown's go out of business?
Yes.
Yeah, because this is close to my house. I've been to Doc Brown's a couple of times. Oh, well, they were getting investigated by the TABC, so that's probably why the Texas alcohol. They were getting investigated probably for serving minors or something. So yeah, that's probably why they. I don't know if why they're closed. Yeah, but I could have swore they were. Yeah. Oh, Cooter. No, it was Cooter Brown's. Cooter Brown's is closing. So Cooter Brown's Saloon is closing on Bandera Road. Let's try this. Properties for sale. Let's put in Cooter Brown's address.
He said Cooter Brown's address.
Well, that's what
Just how much they selling it for?
Yeah, look, here's the property listing. See, look at that detective work. Thinking like a scientist works.
Right. But the mad scientist at work.
Yeah, I just had to find a different way. They didn't have it listed where you can easily look it up. But yeah, this was Cooter Brown's over here, and in his shopping center over here. Let's take a look at what they. $10,000 square feet.
Folks, I don't want to interrupt you. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to your panel today and participate. I will catch up with you and participate as well. Appreciate for everything. And clever Kev, really thank you. For the winery idea and all that for my spices or whatever I want to start there. I do appreciate it and feel supported. Thank you so much. And I'm looking at
I'll
looking
be
at your
emailing
stream
you.
because it sucks my phone energy. I mean, yes, I will. Thank you so much for everything. And I'm just listening to you guys from YouTube. Thank you so much.
No, no problem at all.
Okay, respect to you. I'll be emailing you.
Ooh, Saltgrass is for sale. That was more of a restaurant, but you could easily convert that to a nightclub because I know this area. This is on Bandera Road.
Okay.
That's a good area too if you were looking for something. 'Cause Saltgrass, that's over there by 1604 in Bandera, next to the there's a movie theater right there, and it's Gold's Gym. I don't know if that matters, but
Yeah, Gold
Golden-
Gym does matter. Gold Gym does matter because we got Gold Gyms here in LA. The Gold
No,
Gym
no,
is
I mean, like if it matters if you wanted to open up a bar, right there on the property because it's right next to. All right, you see where this diamond is? It's in the same, I guess, what you'd call parking lot area, like the same shopping center area. So this is the Saltgrass, right? And over here, like you could walk across to it. I mean, it is. It's right next to it. Is the Gold's Gym? There's a used to be a Blockbuster Video, and now it's something else. And then the Golden Corral is right here. And in the movie theater, the Silverado movie theater, one of those huge complex movie theaters, is right here. And Cooter Brown's is over here. So you're in the same, all in the same little area right there. Cooter Brown's is right here. And the Saltgrass is right here. The movie theater is right here.
Okay. Okay, so what is the name of the city?
San Antonio.
No,
Or
hell,
technically, I guess the city is Helotes.
Helotes.
Yeah, Helotes. The H is usually silent. It means corn in Spanish because it used to be all corn farms. But and then further down is actually Helotes. Helotes is it's literally a small city, a small town off the edge of our small town. Helotes is like, did you ever watch that show In the Heat of the Night?
Yeah, yes, I did. My mom used to watch The Heat of the Night all the time.
Yeah, it's a small town, like a sheriff and 2 deputies, and you know what I mean. Like their main street is literally like an old school main street.
Now, what's the price on it so I can calculate the cash flow? What's the price of the property so I can calculate from the property price to the cap rate?
It says 2,640,000, and the cap rate is 6.25.
6.25. So that'll be $130,000 a year. Respect to Courtney in the chat. Investment triple net, retail, restaurant. So it's a B class property, okay. Built in 08. No, 6.25. Hold on. That's more money.
Yeah, I thought I said 6.25. I'm sorry if I.
165,000 a year. Okay.
Which is, I think they got it right here, right? That's close to what they got. 164,000.
Yeah, that's true. So I would have to be able to figure out what can be a value add opportunity. It's not in opportunity zones. I don't get the 10-year tax break. Okay. 25 spaces, 3.6 per. Okay.
That 25 spaces is kind of sketchy because that you can't see it, but this whole area is a parking lot. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if I can get like a Google Street View or something. What's up?
It's like 25 scooters.
No, I mean like when those other businesses close, you could probably get a lot more people there. Here we go. I don't want to reserve no table. I just want to see this area. Just take me to Street View. Where's the Street View at? I don't remember how to get to Street View. Oh well. Oh, I was gonna try and show you the parking lot, but I can't see the Street View.
Give me a moment, y'all. I gotta get aspirin.
No problem.
Give me a good moment. I gotta give me some aspirin.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I figured it out here. So, when they mean 25 parking spaces, they're talking about immediately around the property, right? How did Google get this? Did they just literally drive in circles around these buildings? Is that what happens? But you see what I mean? So you have all these parking spaces all along these areas here, right? And you can come all the way over here. Then you around. So this is all around it, right? But then boom, you come around the back side. You come up here and you see how this is your building right here. All this, this is parking here, but over here, this is just a big old empty parking lot. You see what I'm saying? So there's the Gold's Gym over here. So you could literally park, your customers for your club. This is all parking back here. Ain't owned by anybody in particular. I guess it's just part of this whole shopping strip center. It's that Blockbuster's an AT&T now. Let's see. And then next to it, you've got this car wash. So that's the only thing you've got going on. Next door is a big old car wash. But so your clientele can literally come out of this Gold's Gym and go to your bar if they really wanted to. And then you've got all these other little stores, liquor store, UPS store, Lenny Subs, that sort of thing. We'll circle the block, come all the way back around. And if you're tired of being here at the Saltgrass, right, you can literally go. You can literally come up here. Right across the street is that Cooter Browns I was telling you about. So there's a lot of potential in these properties. What else we got for sale? Let's take a look around here. What they got here? It's a oil change place. What's this property right here? Oh, Alamo Tile. I mean, that's basically just a shopping center.
Okay.
Yeah, I was taking you on a little walk around that property, real deal.
Okay.
So I got it here. Here's your saltgrass, right?
Mhm.
And then, so what I was saying is, if you look at the parking, you got parking on the side. You got this parking over here, right? But then you come around the property up to this street here, up to the next street. You got more parking along the side right here. But here's where it gets real for your club. Because you come right here behind it. This would probably be the parking area for your employees. But you see this parking lot right here?
Mhm.
That's all open parking. Here's your nightclub or bar or restaurant bar or whatever you want to do with it.
Mm.
Right? All right here. So you come up here. That's the Gold's Gym. So see all this parking? Depending on the capacity that you want to have for your bar or your club, you have all this parking right here. And the good thing about being in between Helotes and San Antonio is you're in between the city and you're in between the hill country. So all the people that live out in the hill country, that come down, all the cowboys will come down, especially if you
This nigga said the Cowboys.
well, you laugh, but there was a bar I used to bounce at when I was younger, like 18 years old, called Coyotes, and it was an old Kmart that got converted into a nightclub,
Damn.
a big old nightclub on the inside with a big.
That shit was huge.
Yeah, because it had a big old dance floor, right, that went around in a big circle, and it had different sections to it, different bars and different sections where you could move from different type of sound or area, quieter lounge area to a big bustling country section, right?
The
And they had,
dancing area, the twerking area.
yeah, exactly.
All kinds of areas.
But let me tell you, it was a country and western bar. And this parking lot here, this whole parking lot that you see there, on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday nights, this parking lot would be packed. People would be parking on the grass. It was standing room only. You would have line going out the door. It was the biggest thing. Those cowboys would come down from the hill country, ready to have a good night. They throw sawdust down on the floor, and they'd be like, you start two-stepping all the way around. That was a fun time, but as a bouncer, it was also a wild time. We had so many, because folks would getting their liquor, and let me tell you, man, it was like Roadhouse. But if you're tired of being at your bar right here, because there's a Saltgrass down here, if you had that as a club, folks, if they were like, well, I want a little something else. See over here that building off here in the distance? That's Cooter Brown's, what we were looking at earlier. So you can see this area has kind of got a lot. This AT&T store used to be a Blockbuster back in the day. R.I.P. Blockbuster. And so, but yeah, the thing about San Antonio is there's not a lot of nightclubs. So that's why. And then what ended up happening is they did this thing that was called a multi-layer club. So they ended up not being a country bar anymore. Like I said, it was like the size, it was an old Kmart. What they started doing is they reconstructed it and they built different rooms. So you had different clubs. So one section was a country bar. It had the country motif, country club, country music, country dance floor, country DJ, right? Then you could walk out of that room and go into a different section. And that had, they put up, just walls to separate the sections. And that one would be like a techno, like if you were in a techno rave, Skrillex type stuff. And then one would be a hip hop bar. You'd go in there and it was all, hip 90s, that was like 90s to early 2000s, but it was all hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And then you had one that was a Tejano bar playing like Latin music, all night long. So you had all these different diverse. You went inside and you could pick and choose where you wanted to rotate to. You feel like a little hip hop. And later on, you wanted to wind down a bit. You went to the little jazz bar, which is like a little martini bar, which is seemed upscale. Had a bunch of like comfortable, converted old, I guess, like booth seats. And that's where I used to chill a lot. I used to love bouncing in there because the ladies would love to talk to you. They'd be, "Oh, you're a bouncer. Oh, you must see a lot of action, huh?" And you'd be like, "Well, ma'am, I can't divulge the inner workings of the nightclub industry."
This nigga.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, cool guy,
This is funny. This is funny. This is funny. But this is the information I needed, pretty much.
Yeah, this you. I think you like. Even I would, if I had the money, I would consider this. This could be converted easily into a bar. It's already got the motif, on it. It's already got a bar in it because it's like right now Sawgrass is like a bar steakhouse type thing. You go in, you go to get drinks, but if you want to, you go get a big old Texas steak, and that they'd fry in the back. It wasn't my personal place to go to get a steak, but these old boys, they get out here, they start having a few beers, and next thing you know, people are challenging each other, and then you could even do like the 52 or 72 ounce steak challenge, where if you get a 72 ounce porterhouse, and if you can finish it, your meal is free. Your whole meal is free, or your group's table, your group's beers, or meal is all free. And people used to love trying to do that challenge. There's one up in Amarillo that has a 72 ounce steak. If you finish it, your whole party eats for free. And but nobody ever finishes that. You just can't. You just can't finish a 52 ounce steak. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you get the entire O line for the San Francisco 49ers. You are not finishing that steak.
What other businesses around, man? What other businesses?
Oh, there's the Gold's Gym. Remember I told you there's a Gold's Gym. There's a Home Depot over there. These other businesses are small shopping center businesses. You got your Liquor Max, which is a liquor store. You got your Hula Poke, which you don't eat there unless you like parasites or whatever. I probably shouldn't say that. I don't want to libel or slander anything. I would just, as a critique, I would not prefer that place from experience, unless you like being sick. You got Baskin Robbins, which is my addiction, so I'm gonna just move past there real quick because I might go up there right now and get some ice cream. And then the AT&T store over there across the street, that's where your Cooter Browns is, and that's where your big movie theater is. And it's actually kind of a cool location if you think about it, because if you come over here, you got the Silverado Theater, which is one of the biggest theaters in San Antonio. I'll go up here and show you. But you're talking about a night out, a date night out. You're gonna come over there. Oh, there's a Supernova Smoke Shop, by the way. But you're going. You think about it, people come up here. See, there's a theater. Right right across the road. So you come out with your lady friend, and y'all want to come out and y'all go to let's go to the Silverado movie theater. Look, that's how big this theater is. They just backed a whole semi truck up to it.
Mm.
To resupply or whatever it is, or that's a lot. It is. That's a lot of popcorn right there, bro. But then again, Silverado's so huge, they don't just
it's
serve
probably
popcorn.
it's probably like
They serve real food in there.
right.
They bring
Probably
food to you in the
a
theater.
multi-load.
Well, no, like when you go in there, like at your seat, your chair, there's a table. It's almost like tables are like out in front of your table, or out in front of your seat. All the seats are like a bench table, like a big cafeteria table, right in front of your tables. And they have waiters. I guess the people that work there, they come and they take your order. They bring you your drinks and refills and stuff. And you can order things like pizza and hamburgers and mac and cheese and all kinds of stuff on their little menu. I mean, it's movie theater price stuff, so that's the most expensive cheeseburger you're gonna pay for this year. But but you go to the movie theater and then you come out and you go to the bar. I mean, but yeah, that's an interesting little property that you could look at. I'm looking at some other stuff here. I was trying to see what this was here. Well, that's off of Bandera Point. Oh, that's just hello, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here too. Yeah, I'm trying to be able to figure out the commercial area.
Hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hey, what's going on, Craig? Wait.
Headset's giving me problems.
Here's another apartment unit. This is only
move to Texas, huh? Get you some cowboy boots.
yeah. Here's another unit. This is a 2-bedroom apartment unit. And see, this is what I think I was talking to you on BMT's panel, not about real estate, but about we were talking about something else. I was talking about how our houses looked when I was growing up as a kid in like Hawaii and stuff. It looks like this, where you've got 2 units built onto the same like house structure. You see what I'm saying? Almost like condos.
Okay. Now this is a 6.3% cap rate. So let me calculate the cash flow. 440,000. 6.31. So that'll be 27,000. It's a two unit apartment building.
There are 2 units because they're probably more like condos. I'm trying to see if I can see on the inside. Because see, you have 1 unit here for 1 family, and then there's a split section there, and you got 1 unit on the other side.
375. 380.
What I want to see on the inside is what I want to see.
I would definitely try to see if there's any ability to develop on something. What? How much is the lot? What's the square footage on the lot?
Let's take a look. Square footage, 2,918 square feet. 3 stories.
That's a 3-story.
Yep, 3 stories, 2,918.
Because I would want it. I would definitely want it to make it into a fourplex. But that's probably cutting it a little too thin. Because I want it to be able to make it into a fourplex, so we can at least try to get $60,000-$70,000 in cash flow on this building. That's where the developer skills definitely come into play.
Yep, that's over in Stadium Point. So that's over there by the college, by the University of Texas. So that's a college area right here.
Okay, let me write that down. Another college area. You said Stadium Point.
Yep. Cause see right here, this is right where it's at. What if I can zoom in and see more? But that's the big college here. That's a state college, University of Texas at San Antonio. Would be right in here. Oh, there it is. Shoot, you can see it. All
Okay.
this. Yeah, this is all University of Texas San Antonio. You can see their street right here. So you're right there by the college. That's
Okay.
why they have it like that. Oh, and then you've got a big shopping center too, La Cantera Shopping Mall, which is like the fancy outdoor shopping mall that all the trophy wives like to go shop at. I know I say it like that. I don't mean it to sound derision. It's just, like I don't go to that mall for nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's a mall my mom likes to go to for Christmas because they put up all the Christmas lights and it's outdoors and all the stores to me are places that I don't shop usually. I can be a little bit tight with my money. So I ain't trying to go to Williams Sonoma or I think I went on a date there. I took a date out and we went walking around looking at stuff. And we were in, what was it, Neiman Marcus? And she tried on this little fur hat. One of those they look like a Russian fur hat. You know what I mean? Where it's like it looks like it's like a cap, but it's just like a big ball of fur that sits on your head, basically. And she put it on and she was like, I look so cute. And I was like, yeah, you do, girl. You look cute. And then I was like, just out of curiosity, I was like, how much is it? And I about knocked the hat off of her head when I saw the price tag. No, that it was like $450, like $450. Like if you don't get that back on the shelf.
How much per square feet?
Let's take a look.
Because I'm not looking at my screen directly. I'm still writing stuff down.
No problem. How much per
stuff right now?
Well, it says average rent $1,900. Okay, let's see.
Divide the price, total price.
Well, the price is $440. Price per unit is $220,000.
Okay, let me do this. So it's $440, and how many square feet again? We're gonna have to
2,918.
2,900. Okay, 2,918. So that'd be $150 a square foot.
Yeah, and that same girl, she moved to Florida with some guy, and she lives like in a what they call it a caravan, but it's I think other people call it a manufactured home or mobile home. It's not a trailer, but it's a house that that like you buy and they drive it on a big truck and put it on blocks or whatever. So she should have stuck with me. She might have actually been able to afford that hat one day, but it is what it is. Oh, did she say? She said it's listed in the ad as the price per square feet. Oh, priced at $425 or $440, 2,918 square feet.
Yeah, because the price per unit is 270,000, so it didn't show the price per square footage. So I calculated it's $150.70 per square foot.
Mm.
Because I'm trying to get it at 135 per square foot. So let me times that. So that would be me trying to get it at 393.
And if you need to, you can. If you need to, you can pay me to go over there and take pictures. Hey, I'm entrepreneuring. I'm trying to. This is a capitalist system, sir.
I get it. I get it. But I was about to do it by myself.
Well, I mean, I figured since I live here, I'd save you a plane ticket.
Don't worry, dog. We definitely have to do business in the San Antonio area, man, because that market is definitely need to be utilized and exploited. Because if there's no clubs, that means there has to be demand for the club. Does that make sense, or does that make sense? If there's hardly any clubs, motherfucker need to insert a club in order to fulfill that need.
Ooh. How would you feel about owning a golf course?
That's no issue. I actually wouldn't mind owning one so I can go to it and do business there.
Well, I mean, here's one here. The Oak Valley. The Oak Valley is up for sale. You just need $4 million.
Well, how much added on that's going to be needed? I'm probably going to need another $2 or $3 million in order to pimp it out how I want to pimp it out.
Price per acre, $130,000. Yeah, it's $3,980,000. There's about 30 acres. There's a sky view right there between the mountains. Yep.
Okay. Because
It's a lot of acres.
Now I'm not. Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, man. Oh, well, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a lie, but we used to go out there and drink. That used to be off this road back here to sneak under the course, and because it's a big open green field, man. We used to go out there and party. We used to drive our trucks over there
on the green.
Yeah, we used to drive our trucks over. One night we did donut holes all over that ground, and I swear the cops was looking for months for people. I hope the statute of limitations now. I realize I'm saying this out loud, but I hope there's no statute of. Well, I mean that was 20 years ago, so I was a teenager. That statute is passed now, sir. But yeah, we did donuts all over that area. Like one night, I don't know why, we were just young, stupid. Just got funny to drive our trucks around in circles on that ground.
I was drunk.
Well, that's without a doubt. But no, it was a great place to go on dates because you could go on these greens, right? Especially the putting green or when you get to the holes, and they're kind of raised up. You can kind of see in the picture. And that grass is like the perfect grass. So you go out there, lay a blanket down, at like 1, 2 in the morning with your girl. And this is out in the hill country. You ain't seen nighttime. I don't know how much you guys have traveled, but you ain't seen nighttime in Texas. Like it is, like I never knew this. There were stars like that. You see what I'm saying? Like we all look at the sky and see stars, but I never knew it was like something like out of like a sci-fi picture. You know what I mean? There's a drone video. Can I play? Can I see the drone video? Oh, they got music. Let's where's it? There's no volume. Okay, I don't want to play that in case the song is copyrighted or something like that. So they got a drone footage of this golf course. Now the problem you'd have is water, because we're always under water restrictions. San Antonio sits in like a basin, so we're like on the edge of becoming a desert. You see what I'm saying? So water to keep this place green like that is probably a battle, like money wise.
Ain't San Antonio pretty much a desert? San
Yeah, I
Antonio?
mean, yeah, it sits in a basin, so we're surrounded by lush green hills, but because of the way we sit, we're practically desert because we're like south central Texas. So yeah, but we do have water sources. So, but the hill country though is like the perfect area for. That's what I was telling you about growing wines, and if you were looking into like getting into wine business or things like that. What else we got around here? What else is for sale? He was still looking for clubs, but like I said, the thing about clubs in San Antonio is that the ones that are here have been here forever, and they don't change too often. And people here are not necessarily club people; they're bar people. You know what I mean? That's why I keep saying San Antonio is a big city, but it's a small town. People have bars that they go to, their local bar, and they go every weekend like it's a religion. Like we work hard during the week, and then come Friday night and Saturday night, you're at the same bar that you go to every Friday and Saturday, to the point where everybody knows you and you know everybody there. But I mean, you go and you want to get your boot scooting on or you're dancing and meet a few people. But you could probably come in and start up the other thing that's big though is bars downtown. Like I said, in that first area we were looking at over by Pearl Brewery, where you're looking at that 7-unit house. That's probably where you're going to make it, because if you want to have a bar, I would find a property in that area and just open a bar and then a club, because the local music scene where everybody wants to go and play, open mics or scheduled. That's what brings in that crowd, that college crowd or whatever. Everybody wants, and most of the bands here in San Antonio do not get paid. So, for showing up, or they get paid a small amount of the door or whatever. But you have free music entertainment, people show up for it. So, let's look at properties. Let's try this here.
Okay.
Oh, they're auctioning off the Hampton? Oh, but that's an auction. Because the Hampton's going on auction. Huh.
Hotels, man, they're struggling out here. Airbnb taking them out.
Yeah, that used to be a pretty decent hotel, but the clientele is a little different now. Well, that's an office.
What are liquor stores in San Antonio, man? Let's get to the chase. Let's
Oh, you want the liquor stores in San Antonio?
Yes, I want the liquor store market. And if a hookah lounge is for sale, we got to figure that out too.
You know what? What about? I'm trying to think of places, because there were a couple of hookah lounges. There used to be one on Evers Road. I think the Everest Road. No. Yeah, there it is. I think it's. Oh, they're just selling stuff. They're not for sale.
Just type in for. Just scroll down. Just scroll down. It has to be some type of business. If it's not in the San Antonio or somewhere in Texas.
Let's take a look.
We're gonna probably have to do a broad search on Texas, though, due to the fact that
Okay, let's
I'm
try
not
it.
in.
Okay. Hookah lounges, bars for sale. Let's take a look here.
BizQuest.
What you're probably gonna get me to do is to go out here on and do some footwork. Try and drive by some of these places I used to know and see what's for sale.
That'll help our Texas real estate panel segments, man.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind at all.
Because motherfucker gonna be down there in June, July, so I can be able to chop it up with you, buy you a beer and shit. We can be able to figure out what's an actual market research on this area, because motherfuckers is coming. 1 2
I
years.
knew. I think that's what this is. This. Remember, I was talking about that small bar over there that I used to hit up.
Mm.
I think it is. It's that one that had the little hookah bar attached to it over there by the pizzeria. That's the one because we're looking at bars and here's that same one, but I'm thinking that's also what it was. But
Okay.
let's take a look at this one. Yeah. Oh, here's something you might want to look at. This is in College Station. That's where the big college is. Texas A&M University, my alma mater. College Station is that town only exists because the college is there. That's the only that everything there came up around that college. It's like a city because the college is there. They got a Mediterranean Cafe hookah bar for sale, asking $250,000, including furniture, fixtures, inventory, and stock. Sales revenue is $300,000. Cash flow is $120,000.
Okay.
That's at College Station, so that's where all the college kids are hanging.
Yep. We researched those areas already.
Here's one in Dallas.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
This one's asking 750,000. Sales revenue 1,204,000. Cash flow 227,000. Been there since 1997. Had 10 employees. Inventory stock value 25 grand. And Dallas, that's where, that's your music
Not
place.
bad.
So it's a live music bar too.
Okay.
So which is probably gonna be your best bet. In Texas, it's all about the live music. What was that place downtown? I know they closed their doors. Sancho's. That's what it was, wasn't it? Sancho's bar. See if Sancho's is for sale. I know they went out of business.
Yo, Craig, are you still on the panel?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, for sure. Okay.
Well, that's just a restaurant. That's not for sale. But yeah, they used to have music and stuff at Sancho's.
Anything near Sancho's?
Well, that's the strip. You know what? Let's take a look at St. Mary's Strip properties for sale. That's all the bars and clubs for the college kids.
You said St. Mary. I'm writing this down. So you said St. Mary.
Yeah, St. Mary's Strip for sale. Oh. These apartments are over off of North St. Mary's. That's that area. What was that business you were talking about? The website, the
BizQuest.
BizQuest. Let's look at BizQuest. Let's take a look. St. Mary's is usually what, 78212, I think. Hey, you were talking about vending, right?
Yes.
The entire vending route for the university is for business, for sale.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this. So, entire university vending route, asking 65,000. Yeah, okay, it's the listings for the portion of his vending company.
Put the link in the private chat as well.
For that, okay.
Yeah, put the link in the private chat. We put that in the private chat because
Yeah, so it's a
yeah.
listing for the portion of their vending company. The vending company has been operational since 2012, and the owner is very experienced within the industry. It was originally founded, blah, 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 to sell healthier products, but has since expanded offerings of more traditional items found in typical vending machines. I've chosen to sell specific routes to anyone entering the market and not be associated with the franchise. The route includes 26 vending machines. Relationships with the locations are excellent and revenue forecasts are reliable. All the vending machines are outfitted with telemetry devices, credit card readers, and bill acceptors. Some machines accept payment through smart devices. Okay. They're machines that are located on university campuses in San Antonio. And you get a dolly, spare keys, and spare parts for the machines. Well, it's nice of them to kick in a dolly. That's how nice. You know, like I tell you what, you don't have to break
That
your
is
back.
hilarious, man. Come on. Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause,
look
you
at
know,
this.
when
Shit, them dollies ain't easy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's a
Them dollies
distributor
are
for
shit.
TV.
You gonna go home sore, believe that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's why they're giving you that dolly. You take it. That's probably why they're getting out of it. They're like, I can't do this no more. 26 machines, I'm out. But that's like,
For real.
what do they call that? Sit and collect money? Because you basically, you set it, you put stuff in the machines, and you just come back and collect your cash later.
Yep.
Yeah, you outsource to a company to come through and fill it up. You good?
Or if you're enterprising, you just hire somebody to do it on the cheap. You know what I mean? This is San Antonio. I guarantee you can find somebody to go do that for $10 an hour.
That's true. Especially the college kids.
Oh yeah, or just regular folks in this city. I mean, this is a very blue collar town. You know, people here don't have like people they make a decent and comfortable living, but you know, nobody's out here like unless you're really enterprising, making big bucks. Then people aren't aren't ashamed to work. I'll put it that way. You know what I mean? Like we just saw. You know what?
Okay.
I've actually been interested in these.
Okay.
You know, these Mathnadium tutoring centers. Because what they are is they're like centers that offer tutoring services to kids. You know, especially like science and math and stuff. And I bet they probably pay pretty penny. They probably make a pretty penny with the emphasis on STEM learning and stuff these days. What other business they got? Fire sale for a franchise hair salon? Did they set the place on fire? Were they burning up hair? What happened? Somebody's perm got out of control. Now they got to sell the business.
Oh man, Brett. Now, now most of these businesses I noticed are really turnkey. Are actually turnkey.
Yeah, you might actually have to take a look at this, but I might have to go by this property and look at it because here's this bar again. We keep seeing it relisting. You know what I mean? They're asking $350,000, cash flow $130. and it's negotiable with the seller. I'm gonna pop you this link, and I'm probably gonna save this and drive by that property myself sometime this week when I get a chance,
Sure, no
and just
problem.
take a look. Maybe next time we get together, I'll show you some pictures I took or something.
Okay, because
Maybe I can
we need
catch
to
it up.
figure
Maybe
out these areas.
if it's still operating and they haven't fully shut down, I may even go and see what it looks like on a Friday, Saturday night, see if it's crack-a-lacking, and so you can see what the clientele looks like. But if the clientele
Okay.
looks like extras from like Baby's Kids or something, or then you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't feel safe taking the
First
pictures,
he said crack-a-lack, and then he said Baby's Kids.
yeah, I'm old school.
Brian, man, we gotta
There's a pharmacy. There's a pharmacy for sale. I wonder what that's like. Pharmacy has all insurance and does 13 to 1,500 prescriptions a month, but they are motivated to sell the pharmacy. Why? Why are you motivated? Is it haunted? You being leaned on by the mob? What's going on? I just find that
Well,
phrasing
that's another
interesting.
thing I gotta take into part when it comes to these strip club businesses. These motherfuckers got mafia people or got street people that got issues with it, you know.
Well, the thing about San Antonio is, like I said, it's a small town, but a big city with a small town, and it's blue collar. But yeah, we have. I mean, what you'll do is you'll find clubs will be sort of depending on where you are, they'll have a certain clientele that frequents them. So like Hills and Dells is like the biker bar. Like you go there, you're gonna see motorcycles and bikers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send the buffer out there. I'm definitely gonna have to send the buffer out there.
Yeah, Joe's Volcano. Joe's Volcano has been in this town for like 30 years, and that club is where like the essays go. You know what I mean? So, like
I'll get
that
the
place.
Mexican buffer. I'll get the Mexican buffer. I got the white
Yeah.
buffer for the bike.
That's
I
what
got the
you.
Mexican buffer to be able to handle the essays.
Now the thing about San Antonio is we don't really have any black clubs.
This nigga.
We don't have any black clubs because the black clubs, when we get them, there's only one at a time. So every Negro from around has to go to the same club, and you get people that don't mix. Nor you see what I'm saying? They know everybody normally stays in their area or their side of town, but they end up going to the club because it's the black, the one hot spot. And then things start popping off because crews that don't normally mix, they try and keep it neutral, but it ain't uncommon for stuff to happen. So and then they end up getting shut down by the city. If your bar or club gets too dangerous, the city ain't got no problem stepping in and shutting your shit down. So
Okay. Okay. No problem.
so you got to keep that in mind.
No, I gotta go. We gotta end this, man.
Yeah, I probably should go do something else. I got caught up in looking at these properties. I ain't even buying nothing. I'm just looking. I'm just like, what kind of? Started me thinking about what kind of business did I do?
But yeah, man, I gotta go get me some Cheetos and a tall can, man. I got.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this scared me for a second. I thought this said a child for sale. I was like, damn it, Texas. But it's the place is called Once Upon a Child. I got nervous for a minute. I was like, we just bold down here, like don't even children for sale. But this one might be interesting too. I'm gonna take a look at this later. This virtual reality gaming kiosk inside the mall. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm gonna have to step out there and take a look.
Copy and paste that link. That'll be the final link, and we gotta end this, man. Craig, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab that for you.
Well,
Cool. All right, yeah.
Craig is one of the OG supporters. Craig been supporting when I literally had just 50 people. This is why.
No, yeah, it was good to meet you, Craig.
Yo, I try to come in, at least catch it on the replay. Yeah, you too, Kevin. You know what I mean? Yo, y'all some cool cats. I'm gonna check in when I see it. If I'm still awake, sometimes you be going live late night. I be having to catch on the replay if you don't delete it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm
and
gonna
we're doing
tap
the
in,
home up
man. If
late.
I'm up and I see you live, I'll tap in for sure.
But
Yeah, I work
yeah,
nights,
man.
so
But
you know what I mean. I'm usually knocked out right now, but
okay,
I had a
okay. So
fucked up
you work
night.
the night.
Yeah, me too. So me and Craig is on the same wavelength because I work
Yeah,
third
man.
shift too at the
Well,
hospital.
shit, I had to
So
take an aspirin. So that's all three of us. I had to take an aspirin and shit. So yeah, that's all three of us.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I gotta
usually
get this
passed
talk
out
in,
right
man. I gotta
now,
get a
man.
talk
I'm just getting home.
in.
Word. So, but yo, y'all niggas
But
stay
yo,
up. You
man,
know what
for
I
all the
mean? Be
people that's
safe
coming
out there.
in, all right. Salute to you, Craig. Now, for all the people that's still
Alright,
here
bro.
with me, if you want to be able to book a consultation or if you want to reach
Alright,
out with
Kev.
me, email me bhmdf25@gmail.com. And RDF, we out.
all right,
Okay.
thanks for having me. It was fun. It was good. It gave me a lot to think about on some of this. And I'll keep an eye open for some stuff for
Anyway,
future panels.
we hold on. Hold on. Give me a quick moment. I gotta fully end this. Stupid ass thing don't want to